Hello, everybody. Welcome to another live stream. I hope everybody is doing really well and having a great day. We're here. We're getting started. We are a few minutes late, but, you know, it is what it is. It has been quiet on stream for the last little while, so I'm not too heartbroken about being late right now because I'm tired. I hope everybody is doing well. We win. No worries. Go sleep. Go sleep. No worries at all. It's super late. I tried to be as early as I could, and this was as early as I could get up. I was exhausted. But yes, we are here. I'm going to be, I don't even know. I put Dead Space, but I don't know if I feel like playing Dead Space. You know what I mean? I'm kind of in one of those moods. But but yeah, so we're going to hang out for a little bit, and then I'll play something. I don't know what, but we're gonna play something. I got rehearsal tonight, so it's gonna be a short stream for sure. Like, I have to stop in about 2 hours, so it's not gonna be a very long stream because I do have a lot to do. Like, I have to leave here at 6:30. It's 3:43 right now. I gotta leave here at 6:30 to make it for rehearsal, so maybe 2.5 hours. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Jimmy, hello, how's it going? Welcome. How are things? But yeah, that's kind of the plan. I had rehearsal yesterday. We had our first rehearsal yesterday, and it was interesting. It was interesting. We did my solo, but we didn't actually do it. We spent like 10 minutes teaching the guys their harmonies, but the director pretty much just said, figure it out for like me. So that'll be interesting. We'll see how it goes. How's it going, Goobert? Welcome. Yes, I'm just eating my toast, and then I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna try to be as quick as I can. For those who don't know, I work night shift, so it's 3:40 p.m. my time. I literally like woke up and went straight into the shower, got ready. I even started the stream and then went to go make my toast because I was trying to get things done as quick as I could. So this is my breakfast. I'm not even that hungry, but I know if I don't eat now, I'm gonna feel sick by the time I leave for a rehearsal. So I needed to force something down my gullet right now. I may only eat one piece of toast. But yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna continue with Dead Space. I'm not fully sold on it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But there's nothing else I have planned right now. Like, I don't have anything else installed. It would take way too long to install anything else. And it's going to be a really short stream today. I'm debating about streaming tomorrow. I don't think I will because it's going to be a really late night tonight. It's my long day at work, so it's going to be a really late night tonight. So I missed yesterday's stream. I was hoping to stream tomorrow, but I don't think it's going to happen. That being said, or maybe no, tomorrow I don't have rehearsal. Crap, I took my schedule out of here. Tomorrow I don't have rehearsal, so maybe I will stream tomorrow. I don't know. But yeah, we are going to. What was I saying? Oh, I missed yesterday's stream. I missed yesterday's stream because it was the first rehearsal, and because of the audition on Sunday, my Monday was destroyed when it came to my sleep schedule. Like, I ended up I was up on Sunday for about 34 hours, I think it was, and then I went to sleep for about 2 hours, and then I was up the rest of the night, and then I went to work. I got home and I still couldn't sleep. I didn't get to bed until like noon. So was that yesterday? Yesterday I think I went live, didn't I? I can't even remember. My whole life is a blur. My whole life is a blur. Let me see. Let me see real quick. So I went live Monday, and I was messed up with my sleep, and then I cut it off because I couldn't do it. I was just running on no sleep. After the stream, I fell asleep for about an hour. Then I was up the rest of the evening. Then I went to work. I got home from work, and I went to bed, and I didn't get to sleep yesterday until about 9, and I didn't wake up till about 4:45. Was that the time? 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 3:45, around 3:45. I woke up right around now, and by the time I got ready and everything, was gonna be 5:45, and my rehearsal was at 7, so there was just no time for streaming. So I decided I was gonna sleep instead of do the stream and force myself to try to stream when I had zero energy, hoping that I could reset my internal clock and be okay for today. So I did sleep a little bit later today than I expected to, but I really needed it. And I'm feeling way more awake today. So that is why I missed yesterday's stream. I chose sleep over streaming. And maybe I'll stream tomorrow to make up for missing yesterday. Maybe. As far as everything else, just for those just tuning in, I'm just eating a piece of toast and then I'm gonna get started. As far as any other updates, I have a plan for some content, some offline content. I'm just kind of torn on it because I'm debating between doing it on my current channel. This is specifically about YouTube and TikTok. Doing it on my current channel or doing a whole new channel and doing this kind of content on that channel. I'm just not sure yet. I'm not sure yet. Brian, how's it going, man? How are you? How have you been? But yeah, I haven't really... I want to talk to one of my friends about it, see what they think. Somebody who's a lot smarter than I am about content. And see what they would think I should do. But here's basically the idea is, you know, we played Minecraft on the channel and I really like it. And it's great, but because I'm not like strictly a Minecraft creator, it's kind of hard to get people to watch the stream when I'm doing Minecraft because it's so out of the norm of what I play. But I really like Minecraft. So I want to do some Minecraft content, but I don't want to be a full-time Minecraft creator. So I want to do like a challenge style video where I do a series based on a challenge. There are two that I'm split on. I haven't decided which one of the two. But I want to do like a series of like 10-minute long videos and complete the challenge over, you know, 7, 8 videos, 15 videos, whatever it takes, but do it all offline. So that way I can concentrate on what I'm doing in the game. I can grind the game for a bunch of hours without having to worry about streaming, because I could sit and grind for an hour, then leave, then come back for an hour and leave. And, you know, I can kind of squeeze it in whenever I feel like it. And then post it up and do it a la Grian, Mumbo Jumbo, like that style of video where you don't see my face. It's just the gameplay. And then try to beat the challenge. Now I'm just torn on whether I want to do it on this channel or start a whole new channel for it. But yeah, that's kind of where I am right now, because I think it would be really fun and it leaves the door open to do the Minecraft streams and hopefully down the road do collaborative stuff with some of my friends on Minecraft, like do special videos where like, hey, for this one video, this guest star is coming in and they're going to help me do whatever I'm going to do for that video. You know what I mean? Merle, how's it going? How are you? No worries. No worries. I just started like 10 minutes ago, so no big deal. Night Owl. You're one of the people that I wanted to kind of run this by. Did your friend do it on their channel or did they start a whole new channel for it? Stormtrooper, hello, nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Merle, how have you been? Are you working tonight? 4 cans of energy. Merle, come on, you know healthcare. Don't do that. That's bad. That's bad. Don't do that. As I drink my coffee. Merle, I can relate. I've been really good at keeping my place clean. Coffee is slightly better. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I've been like really staying on top of my apartment. I've been keeping it as neat as possible, but the last like 5 days I haven't. So like my sink, I have a dishwasher, so my dishes are clean, but I've got a few pans in the sink. I folded my laundry after doing it, but it's all sitting in 2 separate baskets and it's just like everywhere. And then I have dirty clothes just piled on the floor right now. And I haven't like mopped or anything in over a week. So like, I should probably get on top of it. You hadn't cleaned in 3 months. I had a depression then. That's what I don't want. That's why I'm trying to stay on top of it. Because like the initial shock of everything that's happened over the last couple of months, for those who don't know, my father passed away and then my ex moved out with her daughter. And so because of everything, I was kind of like in, I guess shock would be the closest word. And now it's actually hitting me. Like now I'm having a lot of moments of loneliness and a lot of moments of just like feeling really sad. So like I'm trying not to let this place fall into a den of depression because I'm afraid I'll fall into depression. Right now, I don't think I'm depressed. I think I'm just sad. You know what I mean? So I don't want to like tempt the fates into making me depressed. Yeah, Night Owl, and that's kind of where I'm torn, right? Like, especially because I'd be doing it both on TikTok and YouTube. And TikTok, or like TikTok, I know it's going to be a crapshoot because some people like the long videos, some people don't. I like the long videos, a lot of people don't. But I know TikTok's also pushing long videos because I've gotten notifications over and over again. It's like, make sure your videos are more than a minute long. They get better engagement. But because most of my content, especially on YouTube, is about like deep dives or tech reviews, Minecraft gameplay would be so different. And I've heard over the last like year or so, the algorithm has changed on YouTube and now they're pushing more focused channels. So like if you do a channel like what I would be planning, where like I do videos about gameplay, I do videos about like game facts and stuff and news. I do videos about like tech reviews and tips. And then I do gameplay like let's plays. They're so different from each other. Although they're all about video games, they're also different from each other that the algorithm would struggle to push my channel in general. So that kind of has me a little bit concerned, but I don't want to start a whole new channel and have it, not that I think I'm going to do great, but have it like potentially do well. And then my main channels where I want to spend most of my energy are going to just flounder. And then I'm gonna have to focus on this new channel, which I'm okay with, but I don't want to be just a Minecraft content creator. Not that like that's a simple job. I have too many interests to focus on just one game. So that's where I'm kind of torn, you know. High class player, dude, how's it been, man? It's been a minute. How have you been? How's life, man? How are things? So Merle, you're saying you might go to where you work to like hang out with some people? Yeah, and like I like the game challenges idea. I don't know how I would do it with other channels, like with other games. I mean, I'm just really fixated on Minecraft right now, and I like the idea that Minecraft is easily accessible for other people, so I can have people come in. Like I could do a collaborative video, even if it's just like a one-off, because like one of the things I want to do is like a hardcore mode and do that in video, but then invite somebody into my world for the hardcore mode and then have them play with me, and then that way, excuse me, that'll be like a one-off video where they're in and they're coming in and doing whatever. Or like I want to do like the one block sky block, or the one I'm really interested in is doing the one that's like one chunk big, and then the next video it's 2 chunks big, and the next video is 3 chunks big. So each time I expand how much access I have to the world, making it hard at the beginning to actually expand the world and then try to beat the game that way. You know what I mean? You would die instantly if you did hardcore mode. I did die almost instantly. I think I lasted like 2 or 3 days. Oh man. Good, man. It's important to work on like your physical health and your emotional health, for sure. I've been good. Life's been kind of stressful. There's been a lot going on, but life is finally getting back on track, which is really nice. I'm finally in a show, and I am going to be on stage in about a month, so I'm really excited about that. I get to play a really gross, slimy guy. That's going to be really fun. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Exactly. Like Minecraft is such a big potential, and it is so like it can be something that can go for a very long time without worrying about like reaching a limit like in a week or two. Like that would be my concern. Like let's say I did something like Dark Souls with like the no armor challenge or whatever. I did a video series on that. There's only so many videos I can do because once I beat the game's done. Whereas like with Minecraft, I can make it as long or as short as I want. Like I can do a whole video where all I do is just a mining session, right? Or I can go live and do a live mining session where all I'm doing is looking for resources to build something cool. I could do a whole video about just building a cool architecture thing in the background. Like I can do stuff like that, which I really like about Minecraft. Downside about Minecraft is that if I want to get something done, it's not as simple as play for an hour and I've got the footage. Like I could have to do like a 5 or 6 hour play session to do a 20-minute video, 10-minute video, which would really suck. Oh, Merle taking a long shower. And this music sounds so perfect for that, guys. Please give us a little privacy. Merle's taking a shower and she's letting me know. I've got the pizza here with extra Pepperoni. Oh, that was too perfect. That was too perfect. Oh man. Yeah, and that's it, Night Owl. And the thing is, like, I'm watching Grian right now. Like, I'm absolutely in love with the Hermitcraft group, and I'm watching Grian right now, and it's a video from about a year ago, and he did the hardcore mode for 100 hours, and then he dies halfway through the challenge, and then restarts the challenge in the same world because he's playing with a few other people. But what he does is he abandons everything he had before and then restarts from scratch, and he did like a 3-day session to catch up to 20 hours. But like, I could do stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, I could spend a really, really long chunk and potentially do nothing, you know, and still have a whole bunch of stuff to do in the game. So like, I like that freedom. Like I said, I like the fact that I could invite other people to come play with me. It gives me a little bit more leniency towards like inviting people and having collab streams and it not be a huge deal breaker. It's not like if I'm playing Dark Souls, playing with somebody else would really mess up the routine I'm going through. Minecraft, it's like, yeah, they come for a session and that's it. You know what I mean? And I like to play Minecraft anyway. So like, I could literally just sit down, start playing and just record while I'm playing. Yeah, and that's exactly the goal I would like to get to, Night Owl. I think right now, unfortunately, nobody cares about me. They only care about my content. As I have a lot of people that only watch very specific things, which really sucks. I actually got accused yesterday, which was really weird. I tried to go about it in the nicest way in the response, but I got accused of breeding toxic bigots as fans, which is like a really weird thing because it was on the video talking about the whole Ice Poseidon sex worker thing, where I'm bringing attention to how gross it is what happened. And somebody commented, "Looking at your comments is disgusting. These are your fans?" ? I'm calling this stuff out. What do you mean these are my fans? They're coming after me because I'm calling it out. They're not my fans. They don't like me. That's the point. I don't know why you're saying I'm breeding these people. I'm calling them out. Now, mind you, I don't do call out responses on YouTube very often, so they probably haven't seen. But I replied by saying, these aren't fans of mine. I'm like, I can't check on YouTube, but I know on Instagram and on TikTok, they're not my followers ever. And I'll call them out if they are my followers and say something gross like that. Yeah, they don't realize that, like, most of the people that watch our stuff aren't our followers. Most are not our followers. And I'm sure it's one ignorant person who doesn't understand how social media works, but it bugs me because I am not a fan of bigots. I'm not a fan of racists. I'm not a fan of ignorant people. I will give ignorant people a chance, as we did with the one guy that was in the chat, where I explained, you know, hey, you're probably not going to like it here because this and this, but I'm not going to come after you. But the second they double down, I'm going to come after them. And to be accused of breeding those kind of people when all I do is call them out, that's such an offense to me. That's such a slight to me because I hate that so much. And don't get me wrong, because I think about this every night. I've done bigoted things. I've said horrible things. One, not knowing any better. Two, trying to fit in. Three, I believed those things. You know, and I've grown a lot, especially over the last like 5-6 years. I've really grown a lot. And I know I'm still going to say stupid things. I'm still going to say bigoted things and hateful things without realizing the damage that I could cause, right? And I know that now there are things that I don't really understand why, but I try my best to you know, not do something hateful and gross, even if I don't fully understand it. So to be told that I'm breeding people like that, oh, that was hurtful. That was hurtful. Exactly, Night Owl. That's exactly it, right? And like, I still make edgy jokes amongst my friends and stuff. But like, it's before there were things that I would say that were edgy jokes and I believed the thing that I said. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like now I'm willing to like acknowledge that, right? Like there are things that I've done in the past that I'm just like, oh God, like I'm so gonna get canceled. At the same time, I'm like, you know what? It's fine though, even if it does come out, because at first I grew up before social media was a thing, so we weren't as exposed to how certain groups felt. Despite being a minority and going to a school that was almost fully a minority, I think my school was something like 75% black. We were like in the inner city, and like the white population in my school was super tiny. Everybody else was ethnic. There was a big black population at my school. There was a fairly large Latino population, an Asian population, and then there was like Portuguese and Italian. Although they're different, they kind of hung out together. And then there was the small French immersion white community, and then a really tiny like punk rock white community. But the vast majority of my school was ethnic, and I still said and believed stupid things. But I also know that that's not where I am now. So like if something were to be, you know, pointed out or came out of something horrible that I said, I 100% acknowledge it, you know, because I was stupid. There's not really much I can say, right? Like so many people pull the whole like extreme guilt. Of course I feel bad about it, but I'm not going to sit here making a video crying about what I did 15 years ago, 20 years ago. I'm a grown ass man. And act like I did it knowing what I know now. But I definitely acknowledge that what I did was disgusting and that exists. Exactly, Night Owl, and that's exactly it, right? Like I try to call that stuff out, and I worry because one, I can't resist going into the pig pen with morons. I just can't resist it. I don't know. It's so frustrating for me because I hate when people talk down to me, because although I am not the smartest person, I'm still intelligent. And most of the people that come at me are pretty stupid. So like, I just can't help but flex my intellectual superiority when a moron comes at me, like the guy from the day before yesterday's video, who, by the way, I don't know if you saw the clapback that I did, but I also put a comment like an hour later, basically saying like, what do you think they're gonna do? A, resort to like insults. B, make up their own reality. Or C, something else. But they ended up choosing like something I hadn't put in the list, so they proved me wrong, because they just nitpicked. They nitpicked at what they said, but they're a moron. They're just a complete moron. And so I can't help but jump into the pig pen. But what I'm getting at is what worries me is that I'm gonna breed a toxic community because I do that, and I know that that's hugely possible. But I still can't help it because I hate dumb people that talk down to me. Dumb bigots. Somebody just being dumb, totally fine, because I'm dumb and I say dumb stuff all the time, and I do dumb stuff all the time, and I completely miss really simple stuff all the time. But dumb bigots or dumb like racists or homophobes or whatever, I just gotta. I can't help it. But Night Owl, you live in the UK, and although there's I didn't know this until maybe within the last 10 years, there's a huge like Indian population in the UK. I was trying to make sure I was using the right terminology, and I don't even know if I did. But there's a huge Indian population in the UK, and there is diversity there. It's a country that is predominantly one race, because that's kind of where you guys are from. The reason Canada is so different, even from the States tries to go on about how like the States is a melding pot or whatever. But Canada's far more diverse than the States is, because Canada has people from all over the world coming in. Like my city has a really, really big East Asian population. Like there's a whole aisle of stuff that is like East Asian. All the different spices and the different types of rice and the different meals and ready to cook frozen stuff. And then the other town that I work at, they have a whole bunch of Latino stuff that doesn't exist in the grocery store that's by me. Like I said, I went to a school that was predominantly black, and just about 10-minute drive away from where my school was, there was another school that was predominantly Asian. And so like we have a lot of immigrants here and a lot of mixing, which is mind-blowing to Americans, because I was talking to a friend of mine who couldn't believe that we didn't have certain like Latino drinks at our restaurants, or that we don't have like a Spanish menu. Because although there is a large enough Latino community here, there's also an equally big East Asian community, an equally big African community. So like they couldn't just use our language when there's a whole bunch of other countries that are also just as big. So we have way, way more exposure to different cultures and races than most of Europe would have, although it's not completely just like white people in one country. Most of Canada is just immigrants. So we have a whole mix. It's definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting. Oh my God, Night Owl. Toronto. That was probably my favorite part. I hate Toronto. I don't like it there. It's way too busy. That's where you can really see the disparity between the rich and the poor, because you'll have homeless people sleeping right outside of a building where millionaires are living. And like, it's just, it's noisy and it's rush all the time, and just, actually that guy that made the news a few years back, who like went on the sidewalk with a big rental truck and unalived a bunch of people. I was on that street that day. I just happened to be walking in the opposite direction. So basically this is one street and this is the street where it all happened. I came up this street and turned left, and everything happened up to the right, a block to the right of where I had turned. Had I gone the other way, I was there when that happened. I could have been in that moment one of the victims. Wild. Sorry, side story. But I don't like Toronto. But the one thing I did like, and I absolutely loved it, I lived on the outskirts of Toronto. It was an area called North York, and people from Toronto hate people in North York calling that part Toronto, but it's part of the greater Toronto area. It's weird and convoluted. Anyway, I lived there, and what I loved is that I could walk out of my house, go up 2 streets to one of the main streets, and there was just food from everywhere. Like right on the corner of my street and the main street, there was a Jamaican restaurant. Next block over, there was a Vietnamese restaurant. On the other side, there was an Afghani restaurant. Like, you could just get food from wherever you wanted. Like, you could walk 10 minutes in any direction and you were going to have 3 or 4 different cultures. It was awesome. Because you could just eat whatever you wanted. And they were all those kind of restaurants that were holes in the wall, that were run by somebody who was from that country, who barely spoke English, but their food was like to die for. That's one thing I miss. Here, there's some of that, but not as much as there was in Toronto. Toronto was awesome. Ginger, how's it going? How's it feel to be home now? Banana Republic. This is the ZV-E10. But a big part of it is the lighting. Don't get fooled by just like a fancy camera. Lighting would be a huge help. So I would suggest, if you are interested in learning about cameras and stuff, if you look up Night Owl on on TikTok, but replace the L at the end of Night Owl with a 1, you will find a charming Brit who has a beautiful beard. And he does a bunch of like footage about like cameras and lighting and audio and a bunch of like technical tips for streaming. Check him out, because he covers a bunch of stuff for lighting and stuff. But the TLDR, you can have something like I have a C920 over there. You can see the little light. Where is it? Right there. Wait. Come on. There it is. Right there. That's the C920. I've used it for a video. And if you just dial in the settings properly, you can make it look, it's not going to look as sharp as this, but it can look pretty damn good. So that's what I would say. Concentrate on lighting. Don't worry about the camera. Going to Texas. You know, I was in San Antonio when I went to PAX, and I liked it. I thought it was awesome. It was a really nice town, a city. The people were friendly. the weather is so much better than it is here. Because I went mid-January and they were complaining that the temperature was what it was then, and it was like 17 degrees outside for my non-American friends. And they were complaining how cold it was, but like it was mid-January, like one of the coldest parts of the year, and they were complaining, and I'm sitting there going, I wish this is our spring and fall. Like we're excited at this temperature. But then I saw all the guns, and then, you know, this was before certain orange took control. No, I would never go back to Texas now, but Texas is really nice. It's really nice. Snacks, how are you, man? How are you? Exactly, Snacks, exactly. It's all about learning to use what you've got. You can have some of the fanciest equipment in the world, and if you don't know how to use it, you're wasting your money. Or you can be like me and have a bunch of really fancy equipment and then make everything overly convoluted, which is where I am with my audio right now. By the way, Night Owl, it's all worked, and it has stayed working ever since we spent that like couple of hours grinding through using that that plugin. Oh, amazing. 17. It's a damn hot day. Oh man. 5 hours. Okay. Are we stable? I hope we're stable. We're back, right? I think we're back. Okay. And I think TikTok's back. I just don't have the camera turned on, but I think TikTok's back. I don't know. Whoa, my whole screen, my face is green. Okay, I think that was OBS and not my internet, because I just shut OBS down and turned it back on, and then it started working again. So I'm hoping it was just OBS and not my internet. I'm actually going to open up TikTok right now just in case. Oh God, I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, that's what I was looking up. What the weather is right now here. I don't go outside, so I never. It's 21 right now. It's 21. Tomorrow's 21. The next day's 20. Or no, tomorrow's 23. The next day's 23. Saturday's 23. Sunday 24. Monday 25. Holy crap, it's getting hotter. Tuesday 26. Wednesday 26. Thursday 26. Friday 25. All sunshine. A little bit of rain, I think, one day. No, just cloudy and sunshine. But on the upside, Canada's infrastructure is set up to deal with the hot weather, so I actually never feel it. It's pretty nice. I actually don't even have my air conditioning turned on anymore. I just have my heater turned on, but because it's been cool, it hasn't turned on at all. 100 in Celsius is like 32, I think. $37. It's 37. Yeah, that's pretty hot. That's pretty hot. Right now we are sitting for freedom units, we're sitting at 69 freedom units. We got 69 freedom units. But yes, so Icy, how's it going? Welcome. I'm good. How are you? Yes, so I think it was my internet, not my internet, my computer, the OBS program that dipped, because as soon as I shut it down and opened it, it went right back up to full speed. I'm actually going to be calling my internet company, because get this, I'll get started in just a second. Get this, I called them because my router or my modem wasn't working, and it kept dipping like it just did right now, but constantly, and I couldn't get it to restart. They ran a bunch of tests, and then they're like, yeah, no, the modem's old, you need to get a new modem. I got the new modem. They charged me $20 service fee for me being on the phone with them for an hour for their broken equipment, and then them just mailing it to me. I had to plug it in and do the reset and call them back to get them to reset it on their side, and I did the work and they charged me 20 bucks for it. So I'm debating about going with a different company, because for the price I'm paying right now, I get 60 up and 10 down for the exact same price I'm paying. The big competitor does 150 up and 30 down, or 150 down and 30 up. So it's much faster for the same price. So I'm gonna call these guys and be like, hey, not only did you charge me a service fee for your broken equipment that I had to install myself, but your prices are way higher than the competitor. So what are you going to do for me? Because I'm going to go to them. And who knows? I'll be happy if they just match their price at the speed. Just match the price that they have for their speed, because they offer the exact same package, but they're charging $150 with the company I'm with for that, and I pay $90 right now. So match their price. Give me the speed, match their price, and we're good. But if not, I'm going to go to the other company. Simple as that. You love doing that? I've never done it, but I've been with these guys for 4 years, and I've never had an issue with them, but this, I'm not happy. Their service is fine. I'm not happy that they charged me the $20 for the fix or whatever. But when I looked up the prices of the other place, I'm like, it's cheaper and faster. So mind you, in this company's defense, the other company's running a bargain for 2 years. So it's not a permanent price match. Once the price jumps up, it's still cheaper than with my company, but only by like $15. But hey, they're offering that right now. So I'm going to go to them for 2 years if I have to. Because in 2 years, who knows what bargains another company will offer. And that other company's bigger, so as long as I say I'm leaving them, I know they'll give me another price. Yeah, it's exactly what you're supposed to do, exactly. The worst part is Canadian customer service. I worked for AT&T as a Canadian working for Americans. I worked as an AT&T rep. I will tell you this. American customer service is tenfold better than Canadian customer service. You can't get away with jack in Canada. But in the States, you yell enough, they're going to give you a bunch. I was blown away. There was a lady who had a $1,000 phone bill because she had been using the internet, and she just yelled at me enough, and they just wiped $1,000 off her bill. I had a phone company that signed me into a contract that I never signed, and within 30 days I canceled, and they had a 30-day cancellation fee. Not only did the cancellation window, not only did they charge me a cancellation fee, they sent me to collections and destroyed my credit. Because of their like $150 cancellation fee. Can't get away with anything in Canada. It's disgusting. Turtsa, how's it going? Welcome. How are you? You worked for AT&T. I worked for AT&T. I was their iPhone tech specialist. That's what we were hired for. Nico Bellic, how's it going, my friend? How are you, Nico Bellic? Have you been getting into trouble? I bet you have. Just make sure you don't get caught. Icy, don't get in trouble watching me while you're in class. Exactly. That's what my hope is, Night Owl. That's what my hope is. That's what my hope is, that they're going to see that I've been loyal for the last 4 years, and they're going to want to retain me rather than try to get somebody. You know what I mean? You too? I hated it. I hated it. Oh my God. Now, they had us also cover like other stuff early on. My favorite phone call, sorry, I'm going on a tangent here. My favorite phone call, so for those who don't know what's happening, I used to work as tech support for AT&T, and I had a guy call me because he couldn't get his phone to work. And I asked him what the phone was doing, and he's like, it doesn't work. I can't make phone calls. I can't answer phone calls. I was like, okay, does it ring when someone calls you? I don't know. I was like, okay, I'm going to call. Are you calling from that phone? No, I'm calling from my house phone because I can't get the damn phone to work. I'm like, okay, I'm going to call. And it was an old flip phone. I'm going to call your phone and hold it in your hand. I want to see if it rings. Let me know. I call. Starts ringing right away. Hello? 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 See, it's not working. As he is saying hello, I am listening to his phone continue to ring. I can still hear it. Hello? 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 I'm like, does your brain not like connect? The ringing means you haven't answered? I'm like, sir, you haven't picked up the phone. He's like, yes, I did. I opened it. No one's answering. I'm like, sir, do you see the green phone button? Yes. Push that. Hello? Hello, sir. The phone's working. He was so mad at me because he was too dumb to realize you pushed the hello button to say hello. And he slammed the phone on me. It was hilarious. Which accent? Snacks, my Nico Billick one? Or my old man who's angry? Oh man. The good old Finnish Nokia. That man, that ringing is gonna go down in history. Both. I wanted to be a voice actor for so long. I still want to be. 4 controller throws. Holy crap. Oh, that sucks, Turtsa. That sucks. You love doing accents and voice. Me too. Me too. But yeah, that was interesting working at that place. But yeah, I'll see if they up my speed. I don't really need it. It's just me, right? There's nobody else really bogging down the connection, but I would really like to be able to run TikTok at full speed for the upload, like for streaming, and to run my full 1080p signal. Because right now I'm running it at like the 720p bit rate, even though I think it's set to 1080p. I'd like to run both at 1080p. It would be really nice. Not that it's necessary, but I would just like to. And have that like headroom, especially for downloading and stuff. Oh, that would have been amazing, Snacks. That would have been amazing. My Finnish rallying machine. Oh man. But yeah, what I was saying earlier, I'm definitely looking to see what I can do with the channel, because there are some things I would like to implement into the channel, and I think some Minecraft shenanigans would be fun. We'll see what happens though. Why are my nails painted, David? Because I like them. Why is my shirt white? Why is my hair combed the way it is? Because I like it. The Hammer, you thought so? You thought so too? I had one person comment saying that they had a blast, but I think they're not capable of seeing past that it was probably their friends that really made it fun. You know what I mean? Because that's a huge part of it. That's a huge part of it, which works the other way. I probably would have enjoyed the game a lot more if I was playing with a bunch of friends, but I'm not into those types of games anyway, so I wasn't gonna like it. But it was like, it was really boring. I really didn't like it. I didn't really like it. Opinions on spaghetti. I am very picky about spaghetti. When I was growing up, my dad stayed home and took care of us for a while my mom was at school, and he used to make spaghetti like twice a week, and he always overcooked it, so it was always slightly mushy. So I actually went years without eating spaghetti. I only started eating spaghetti again really recently, so I'm very picky about spaghetti. But I think it can be really good. If you make it right, it can be really good. Yeah, Snacks, that's partially the issue for me. My mom doesn't fully get it, and my mom is not nice sometimes. So it's kind of annoying to be around when I paint my nails. Thankfully, I work by myself, and I do theater stuff where a bunch of the guys paint their nails, so it doesn't stand out there. On the channel, it's kind of annoying because I will get comments, and the person that just asked, they just asked a very simple question. They weren't asking anything crazy, but I will get like really hateful comments. Ian, how's it going, man? For those who are on TikTok, Ian, who just commented, is going to be the star with me in the show. We're both going to get to play slimy, gross pervert dude. It's going to be awesome. And Ian is insanely talented. But yeah, sometimes I'll get like really hateful ways of getting asked. Like I was asked when I was going to come out as trans. And it's just like, are you that paranoid that somebody's fashion choice is some code to you? And if I was, what does it matter to you? Why do you care? I'm just some random dude on the internet. Why do you care what I do with my life? That's like complaining that I got a haircut you didn't like. That's stupid. Dude, I wanted to apologize for like singing way off rhythm. I'm having a hard time remembering the rhythm we're supposed to sing in. I know once we're singing alone, it's not going to matter because I could just kind of like loosey-goosey sing it. But yeah, I want to apologize for that. But yeah, Ian, for those on Twitch, Ian's on TikTok right now. He and I are going to be swapping out with the lead guy in the show, and it's going to be really fun. I'm in a musical for those who don't know. Some makeup for me and maybe put some drag. That would be awesome. That's going to be awesome, man. That's so cool. I was very scared the first time. I didn't really do drag. Like it wasn't drag. It was Rocky Horror, right? Which for people who haven't really studied the show, it's just like, oh, he's some guy in drag, but it's not really. It's more along the lines of like he's just a dude who's turned on all the time and just happens to like women's lingerie and makeup, but isn't actively trying to be in drag. until like the very end. So I was really anxious about it. Once I did it, it's no joke. It's so empowering because now like nothing worries me that I have to wear on stage anymore. Like nothing makes me uncomfortable anymore because I wore that on stage and people hooted and hollered and loved it. So I was like, okay, even when I'm fat and out of shape, I still did well. So it's pretty empowering. I hope you enjoy it, man. Yeah, man, Ian, and I'm just struggling. It's such a, one, I've been out of practice for so long. Two, I can't read music. Three, I don't know the show. And four, I was really hoping we were gonna have more dedicated time to learn the music. It's really intimidating that like we got those 10-15 minutes last night and then that's pretty much it. I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed, but I'll get it. I'm not worried about it. I don't want to throw you off, which I know I'm going to. Oh, it's such, yeah, that's the other thing. Ian, who's on TikTok, him and I did Rocky Horror together, actually. Yeah. Oh man, that was a fun show. That was a really fun show. I'll try to keep it PG-13. Yes, please, Snacks. I don't think I can handle it. I don't think any of us can handle it. I don't paint mine because I chew on my nails. Actually, Ginger, so I have a really bad habit of biting my nails. I don't bite them off. I don't know. I just bite them. Does that make sense? Like I don't actually chew them off. I just like press on them with my teeth. I don't know. It's like a soothing tick that I have. But painting them stops me from doing it, which is really weird, but I like it. That's one of the reasons that I've continued to do it. I mean, outside of like people call themselves out for being bigots all the time, which is great because then it just makes it easy to block them. And like I like how they look, but like the fact that I don't bite my nails when I have them on is awesome. The one reason I don't like them is I don't know if you'll be able to see it. There we go. That they chip all the time, no matter what I do. Like I just did these 2 days ago and they're already chipped. It drives me crazy. Mind you, my work doesn't help. My work doesn't help. Turtsa, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna even look at it on my own time. Right now, I'm kind of in a place where I'm not enjoying any video game, really. I'm just not. I was mentioning this right before you showed up. A lot has happened over the last couple of months, and for those who don't know, my dad passed away, and then my ex moved out with a little girl that I raised, and I'm not her biological dad, so I have no rights to her. So like, it's just been a rough couple of months, but the initial shock has now passed, and now like the actual like emotions are coming through, and so like there are a lot of moments of really, really deep loneliness. You know, like I'm not sitting there depressed. But there's moments where it's like, wow, I'm really never going to see that little girl again. You know, like we still FaceTime on a regular basis. I still message her every single day because I want her to know she's loved and I want her to know that I still love her, even if I'm not her dad. To hopefully give her some assurance that she is valuable as a person. Do you know what I mean? But anyways, I have moments of that. So because of that, I'm not saying that to like pout. I don't want to bring that chat into that, but because of that, I'm not like really enjoying games like I normally would. And so when it comes to streaming, I'm trying really hard not to take suggestions from anybody because I don't want to be forced into playing a game if I'm already not enjoying gaming in general. And then have to play a game that I'm not really in the mindset to play and then end up hating the game when I could have really loved it. Which is why I'm kind of like, with whatever I'm playing, just because I don't really know what I want to do. And Lies of P is not a game that I'm super hyped about. I do think it looks really interesting and I do want to try it, but I don't want to try it right now because I'm not in the right mindset. And because it's not a game that I'm like, oh my God, then I know I'm probably not going to end up enjoying it. It's not like Resident Evil 4. Like Resident Evil 4, I'm totally hyped for. So I know that even if I'm in this kind of mood, I'll still enjoy it, even if I'm not in the best of moods, just like I enjoyed Resident Evil 8. But I just don't want to wreck my experience. You know what I mean? I just don't want to wreck my experience. Preston, my day is going really well. I got up a little bit later than I wanted to, but I got up. I had my piece of toast for breakfast. I couldn't eat the second piece. My appetite is kind of weird. And I'm just kind of chatting because I'm not really in the mood to play anything, you know? I have Dead Space. I'm going to probably start that just so I play something. But yeah, I'm not really in the mood for anything. It's kind of weird. It's a weird feeling. But yeah, guys, if you don't know Snacks Gaming restarted content just shortly after I restarted content. There are a lot of people that I enjoy and that I think their content is good and that I think they are great people. But Snacks, for some reason, I totally vibe with his energy. He's just a really genuine guy. You know what I mean? Like, he's just very, just like a chill, genuine dude. I can't even come up with the words I'm trying to say. I really appreciate Snacks. If you guys haven't checked out Snacks, you really should. He's just a chill guy. If you like this, Snacks has a very similar energy. Snacks is less toxic than I am, so if you don't like when I do clapbacks and stuff, Snacks is probably the guy you'd like to go for. But he's got very similar energy to me. I really admire the energy he has. Feel free to check him out. He's great. And yeah, if you like this kind of stream, I think you would enjoy Snacks, honestly. Him and I have been in talks of potentially doing something in the future together, and I think it would be a really fun time. And yeah, I just think you guys should check him out. Woo! Oh my god. The hammer, thank you for the follow. That scared me. That scared me. Oh man. You see Snacks on your TikTok all the time. Snacks is great. Snacks is great. I really like Snacks. Don Tavis, hello, welcome. No, Don Tavis, I don't think I'll ever play Starfield on stream. Maybe, but I don't think so. I've really enjoyed it. That's actually, it's been wild for me because I'm not a fan of Bethesda. I don't dislike them. I've just never gotten the hype. It's never been my thing. I don't like their so open that you don't know what you're doing level of open world. I get way too distracted, and then I don't end up following the story, and then I just get bored because eventually I feel like it doesn't go anywhere. But it's not that it doesn't, it's just I get lost in what I'm doing. Starfield has been the first Bethesda game I've really enjoyed. I kind of stopped playing over the last few days. One, I've been insanely busy. But two, for example, today, I went to bed, I woke up, and as soon as I woke up, right into the shower, and then right to streaming. Like, I started the stream before I even made my breakfast. And now I'm sitting here. I'm gonna finish the stream in about an hour and a half, and basically have half an hour to have some dinner, and then I'm off to rehearsals, and then rehearsals are done at 10 o'clock, and then I'm at work at 1. So like, I'm on the go until 7 in the morning tomorrow, maybe even 8 in the morning tomorrow. So no chance to play at all today. Tomorrow I'm probably gonna stream, and then I go into work at around 3 in the morning, so I'll have a little bit of a break there in between. But I haven't really played it much. I've also gotten to the point now where the game has started its like main loop of like do this over and over until you reach the end of the story, and I've lost my motivation. Not because it's a bad game, it's just part of it is just me going, oh, I don't want to have to face this part because it seems like it's about to get harder. But the main reason I don't want to play it on stream is I don't like having to sit and watch a story constantly, and Bethesda games are a lot about listening dialogue. And so the stream will turn into me either chatting with you guys and ignoring the game and then not knowing what's happening, or me ignoring the camera and just watching the game. It just wouldn't work well for the channel, you know? Maybe I should challenge people to do, don't do it, Snacks. Don't do it. Oh my God, it's not worth it. It's so not worth it. It's just, it's a pool of misery. It's a pool of misery. I was just bringing up the guy that I did a couple of days ago who made a really stupid comment trying to make it sound like I was being really stupid for the video that I made. For those who don't know, I made a video about how Kick had one of their co-founders in a chat where Ice Poseidon had some guy hire a sex worker, and then when the sex worker found out there were 2 guys in the other room, they got scared and they wanted to leave. I'm not sure about this fact, but it seems like the sex worker may have been trans. So there was a really thick layer of bigotry involved in all this. But they left, and the person that was supposed to like do whatever they were going to do with this person blocked them from leaving. Now, the person was blocking them because the sex worker got paid and he wanted his money back. But it was just a really uncomfortable, not a good situation. And the co-founder of Kick was in the chat laughing. And so it's just a bad situation. And this moron commented, like, you think that being videotaped is more dangerous than sex work? And it's like, that wasn't the point at all. Like, that wasn't the point in any way. I even said in the video, she knew that she was being recorded. And so I even just said, nobody said they were doing that or that they could do that. Shake my head. And then his response was like, well, since you have no common sense. And then just like said that nobody would commit a crime on video like that. And so then I made a clapback basically saying, like, you're saying I'm an idiot, but you're completely lying about what I'm trying to make my point, and you're just wrong. And then I showed a bunch of evidence of people who have unalived people on live stream. And so I was like, there, done and over with. And these morons just create their own reality. And so his response to that was to say, well, I didn't say nobody does it. It's just not likely. The point still stands. Even if that was my point, I have a reason to be concerned, seeing as it's happened, right? That's just like saying that speeding isn't a big deal because most people don't die in a car accident, but enough have that it's a concern, right? But it gets you to that point where you're just like, oh, all I want to do is clap back again. And then you just get embroiled and then more people pile on. Like in that video where I clap back to that moron, another moron troll came in and it's like, bro, you look like you're 50 and you paint your nails, yet you talk like a teenager. Sad. What does painting my nails have to do with anything? And I know you're lying about saying I look like I'm 50 because when I was bald, I looked like I was 40. And now I've got hair and I know I don't look like I'm 40. So like, just being stupid for the sake of being stupid. Or I made a video talking about how people were really upset about Alana Pierce playing Starfield on an playing Starfield when she works for Sony. And I was just saying, like, fanboys are disgusting and stupid. And some guy's response was, it's autism. And so I was like, well, being autistic, I don't understand what people mean. So what do you mean by that comment? And another moron commented, since you don't understand, let me explain it to you. Really condescending. Autism makes people believe these things, and families and therapists convince people they're autistic, and then went on a whole anti-trans rhetoric thing. And so I had to clap back to that guy because he's a moron. But like, you just call more. You don't want it. You don't want it. Take advice from me and don't ever respond to a troll. Don't ever do it. Don't ever do it. Exactly, Merle. Exactly. They get filmed all the time and they get done on live stream all the time. There was a live stream of a dude who caught his wife or girlfriend or whatever cheating on him. I didn't see this make huge headlines, but he full-blown committed the whole act on stream, responding to people on stream, and Facebook never took it down. Eventually they took it down, but he took her life on stream. And it wasn't like the stream was running and he lost control, or the stream was running and something happened. No, he started filming her to humiliate her and then just kept going until she was no longer alive. All on stream. It was intentionally done with that goal in mind. So this moron saying that that would never happen is a moron because this guy did it specifically with that in mind. So I'm not saying Ice Poseidon was going to do that. Ice Poseidon is a moron, but not that much of a moron. But he was playing a practical joke. And the problem is that he does it as a practical joke. The next guy doesn't do it as a practical joke. That's where the problem lies. That's why we have these TOS, because one person might see it as a joke, the next person won't. Look what happened to that moron kid. Wow, I said moron a lot. Look what happened to that one kid who wanted to do a I'm robbing you prank and then lost his life because the dude he tried to rob had a gun, right? Sure, the first guy who did a joke like that was fine because it was a joke and he might have staged it and had friends that he was doing it to and all that stuff. But the next kid didn't know that and went and did it for real and then lost his life, right? So morons who comment saying that I'm being over dramatic because their work is already dangerous, you are adding more danger to their work. So stupid. So stupid. Right? Girl Thulu, right? Yeah, Night Owl. Responding just invites more. It just invites more. But I can't help it. I can't help it. When I see a stupid person being a bigot, I just have to call them out for being a stupid person. And that's my definite toxic trait. Yeah, Don Tavis. I think Life of P would be something that will fit on the channel. I just don't know when I'll do it, just because I'm not in the right mindset to really enjoy a game right now. Do you know what I mean? I know, right? How weird is it that influencers influence people? Crazy. You've had so many TikTok discussions lately. And that's the thing, Turtsa. There are some that I'm just like, oh my god, I can't help it. It's hilarious. And then there are some that are just like, what? Like, what? Like that guy who blamed toxic fanboys on autism and then went on a whole anti-trans spiel. That wasn't like a funny clapback. Like I wasn't laughing at how stupid you are. Like that was genuinely like disgusting. Whereas like yesterday's moron or the day before, talking about how like talking down to me like I'm an idiot when they're literally not arguing anything logical. That was more funny, but it's still like, oh my god. Because then he ended up like responding, basically being like, actually, I technically said this. You know, one of those people who is so wrong that they have to find like the one word they use to try to say you were wrong. Like the last moron, the kitty guy who was mad because I said in my video, the video that he cried about and got taken down, I said in my video that he said I was an idiot and worthless and whatever, because of the opinion I had, instead of saying he said my opinion was stupid and idiotic and worthless. That was his whole defense, as if one is, you know, significantly different than the other. Because if you tell somebody their opinion is stupid, pretty much implying that they're stupid for having that opinion. And the worst part was he was mad about that when the text was right on screen. So even if I misquoted it, it is on screen. You can see what they said specifically. Those ones, it's like, you're embarrassingly stupid. But then there's some that I'm just like, what? You're disgusting. You know what I mean? Yeah, Don Tavis, that's it. You need to concentrate fully, and not just concentrate fully. If you're already not in the best of moods, it's gonna make you really, really salty. And I don't want to be salty. I like being salty because that's why I play Soulsborne games. But I don't want to be like unnecessarily salty. I would like to like go in at a level head and then get salty because of the game, and not go in salty and then just be miserable. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna hold off on playing that for sure. Wanting to educate, for the most part, they do. And if somebody comes at me in like a respectful way, I will try to be respectful back, right? And most of the time I won't make a video. I'll just respond through text. Because I've had people that have come at me for certain things and I'll respond back because they've made a good point, or because their point is valid in judging mine, but I also have a counterpoint to what they just said, right? Totally decent discourse. But then there are people that'll come at me like I'm stupid for having an opinion they don't agree with, but then their own point makes zero sense with what I'm saying. And so then I'll come back, and it's like, it's a place of education for everybody else, but it's a place of, I want to humiliate you because you're an idiot. If you didn't come at me like you were, you know, talking down to me, it'd be different. To go to work on my night off. Are you looking extra hot, Merle? Are you looking extra hot? I wish I could look extra hot today. I'm having a bad hair day. Actually, it's not a bad hair day. It's just not doing what I want. Michael Jackson, hello, welcome. I'm doing really well. How are you doing? But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna say. Oh, speaking of, this is what I meant to say way back. Snacks was saying about how Night Owl and I kind of preached the whole idea of you don't need fancy equipment to have fancy looking streams. I'm gonna be getting a mixer soon. I'm getting a microphone first and then a mixer soon. That should be a good Go XLR alternative. That's the word, alternative. I'm really looking forward to trying that out. We'll see how it goes. I'm really excited about that. I saw somebody else do their video, which I'm kind of insulted because I'm getting the same offer they're getting and they have like 500 followers. I've got a hell of a lot more than that. Not that their number is like a representation of their value, but like I've got way more followers than they do. Why did they get the same offer I got? But anyway, they had a video using the exact same stuff I'm getting, and I'm kind of hopeful because the quality looked decent for the price. It looked really decent. I just want to see if it's capable of doing specifically what I use as a streamer, but I'm excited to try it. I'm really excited to try it. No, I didn't, Growthulu. No. I think it's the AM8. Let me look it up, actually. Mini Sapporo is also sending me another one. Another stand for an iPad. I'm really excited for that one because I wanna try to do a whole video on the iPad. I want to see how that goes. Where is it? They are going to send me... It doesn't say. They didn't send me the link to it. It's just a picture. Whatever this is. This one. So I'm excited to just see how it is, see what it sounds like. So snacks, I would avoid the Go XLR at this point. I love the Go XLR. I think it's awesome. It does a really great job. The sound clarity is amazing. Having knobs is great. It's not worth it anymore. TC Helicon is discontinuing Go XLR. I don't know if TC Helicon overall is done, but I know they're done with Go XLR. They're not going to support it anymore. They're not selling anymore. Whatever's out in stock is all that's available. And they even said they're going to just like release the code to let anybody do whatever they want with it now because they're done supporting it. So if something were to go wrong, you would have nobody to go to. The Go XLR Mini, I've heard this from other people. I am experiencing it, that apparently one of the big issues with the Mini is the USB port is really fragile and it breaks, and that's what's happened to mine. Is if I even touch my Go XLR, it disconnects for just a fraction of a second and throws off everything and crashes the whole system. So I would stay away from it. Elgato's Wavelink software is way better. It does way more than the Go XLR software can do. Just the amp isn't as good as the Go XLR. The Go XLR amp is phenomenal, but there are so many better options out there. Honestly, it wouldn't do anything outside of having knobs to control separate volumes, and there are workarounds to do that yourself with other stuff. It'll be the next thing yeah, I don't mind it. It's complicated because of the things I want to do, but like I do like the manual controls of having different knobs. I've been looking at the Rode one that they have, which can do a lot of what the Go XLR can, and I use Rode microphones, so I know that it would work really well together. But it's also like 800 Canadian shekels, and I don't want to spend $800 on a sound mixer. I'm kind of hoping this Now, whatever they're called, I don't know how to say their name. Kind of hoping that that'll be a nice in between while I kind of save up for a nicer one. Really, that's cool. Yeah, the Wave XLR. Yeah. I've heard that one's really impressive too. I would actually even be fine going with something like keeping my Go XLR as literally just the amp and then doing everything through the Stream Deck one with the knobs, whatever that one's called, because that one looks really cool. But yeah, I would definitely stay away from the Go XLR. It's not worth it at this point, which kind of sucks. All right, Merle, ride safely. Ride safely. Yeah, no worries, Snacks. No worries. That's exactly how you run your audio now. Yeah. Like, I like the preamp in the Go XLR. I don't know if I would want to get the Wave XLR thing. But a Stream Deck with the knobs, the Plus or whatever, I would totally be open for that. I would absolutely be open for that. I don't have the money right now. I've just spent a lot of stupid money on a lot of stuff to kind of upgrade. I even got a headphone stand finally. I haven't had one in forever. Actually, I have never had one. Again, no, don't start this. TikTok just disconnected. Let's really hope my internet doesn't disconnect. If it does, I'll be right back if it goes away. Okay, it seems like it's stable. I don't know what's going on. I bought this, but I bought this at the dollar store and it was $3. And I only got it because I wanted a headphone stand because I don't have one. And I kept putting my headphones on this, but then it would slip off and fall.
And after I spent as much money on these as I have, I do not want them falling. So I bought this for $5. I'm a big spender. I'm a big spender. I really need to start reaching out to companies. I really do. I really do. Now that I've got like more tech stuff under my belt, you know, because I'm getting that microphone and mixer. I did the Mac Mini dock. I did the Steam Deck dock. I'm getting an iPad dock, which they haven't even gotten it yet. They're going to be sending it to me in like a month or so. But like I've got a bunch of tech stuff that I've done videos for. I would love if Elgato sent me some stuff. I would love if Elgato sent me some stuff. Michael Jackson, I'm in Ontario. As long as it's just free stuff, yeah, I'll probably. I think my numbers still suck. I've actually, we had this conversation last week that I was at 141.6 followers, K followers. I'm now at 141.5. I am still in a nosedive and I can't turn it around, and I don't know why, because I keep getting followers, but I'm just like hemorrhaging followers like crazy. It really sucks. But yeah, I would like to work with some Elgato stuff, because I do like Elgato. The only reason I've gone with the AverMedia capture cards is because they're always on sale, and the Elgato ones rarely do go on sale, and if they do, it's not as deep of a sale. Like I was looking at the Elgato 4K capture card, and it was like $300, and then the AverMedia one, same price, was on sale for $200. And so I was like, yeah, I'll just get the $200 one. The software sucks, and the audio is a disaster, hence why we spent so much time figuring it out. But for the extra $100 savings, I'll deal with a little bit of headache because the quality is just as good. But I do really like Elgato. They've really gained a reputation for a reason. They know exactly what streamers want. I just don't want to pay the price because I'm cheap. But I wouldn't mind working with some of their stuff. I've always wanted to try Speedfire. How's it going? Welcome. I've always wanted to try one of their lights, their key lights. I was actually looking at one, but then like my Godox ones are still on sale at the photography place I go to, and they're like 115, and the little mini key light is like 135. And the Godox ones are double the size, so I'd rather have the Godox ones, even though I have to use one of, I don't even know where I put it now. I don't know where I put it. I got to use one of those manual controllers. You have the same controller, Night Owl, but I have to use one of those manual controllers. But how many times am I messing with my lights? I turn them on and that's it. So, but yeah, I would love to work with some Elgato stuff, or get rid of these ugly foam panels and maybe get some Elgato ones just for like the design in the background. You know, I got to start reaching out. There's nothing to lose, and I'm making content consistently-ish enough that I should be somebody that they would want to maybe get me to make some videos, but who knows? Who knows? No, I hate Twitter. It's okay. They're still there. They're still there. I took some down. I took the ones that were not black down, but they're still there. They're still there. But no, Night Owl, I don't use Twitter. I can't stand it. All I got was alerts about bigots and morons. And it just made me unnecessarily angry for no reason. I'm also, I guess my understanding of it is this, but I guess autistic people have a really like strong sense of justice, I think is what they say. Now my understanding, and I might be completely wrong, but my understanding, this is what my feeling is. Like this, the feeling I'm about to talk about is what that refers to in my understanding. But I'm one of those people that if somebody really irritates me, I will go out of my way to avoid using their platform, even if it hurts me. You know what I mean? And I hate Elon Musk and everything he stands for and everything he does, and and earlier talking about stupid people thinking they're smarter than everybody. He is like the kingpin of that. He is a moron who thinks he is smarter than everybody. And in a way he is, because he's a con artist, and con artists are smart inherently. But he's a moron. I just can't bring myself to use this platform when he is such a toxic bigot moron. And then add on top that I would wake up to notifications of like, here's a far right-wing extremist moron saying something stupid about your race. It would just make me angry. And so, and I don't even like look at Twitter. So why was I getting those things? Like, it's different if I'm getting like on TikTok, if I watch one political video, I'm going to get flooded by political stuff. But at least I watched the video to say that that's why it's happening. But like Twitter would send me stuff like that despite me not even using Twitter. And so like, I just avoid it. I can't even bring myself to open the app. I hate it. I hate it so much. No, I've never used LinkedIn either because I don't know. Just never used it. Never used it. I probably should. Probably should. Michael Jackson, thank you. Thank you. It's chipped. I already chipped it. Cover my face. Cover my face. There it is. It's already chipped. Oh man. Yeah, I need to do that. That's one thing I need to do is kind of like just use it for social media managers. I mean, originally I stopped using Twitter, not because of that, because it was before moron Musk was in charge. I just stopped using it because I just never remembered I had it. Like Threads, I did Threads, and one, I don't have anything to say. So there's nothing for me to post because my life is so boring. Like I literally spend all day by myself. So like there's nothing for me to post. I'm not super photogenic. And so like I can't take selfies. And this is definitely my misogynistic mentality and definitely something that I'm still trying to work with and I just can't get through it. I've been not accustomed, I'm trying to think of the word. Trained is like the synonym. I don't know what the word I'm trying to think of is, but like I feel like I've been trained into thinking that like selfies are only something that women do. And it's not like I don't want to do it because I don't want to be perceived as a woman. That's not my mentality. It's the I feel awkward doing it because I feel like I'm going to come off as self-centered. But when women do it, it doesn't come off that way. It's just them being cute. And so like I can't take selfies and I've got nothing going on in my life, so I don't post. So like I don't use Twitter. I stopped using Twitter because of that. And then same with Threads. I made Threads and I think I posted like 5 or 6 times. And then I've got nothing else to post. So like I stay away from all those things because I never know what to say, you know? We can be cute too, but I'm not cute. That's my problem. I'm not cute. Give me a second here. Nora's calling. Hello? Say hi.
Hi.
That's Nora, everybody. She says hi. All right, Merle. See you later. Yeah, honey. I'm just live streaming. Okay, sorry about that. That was Nora just saying hi. Sorry, it just makes me really emotional. I miss that kid. Don't tell myself otherwise. I used to be cute. I think just a part of it is I'm just tired all the time. So that doesn't help. No, a big part of it is the stupid nose, man. My nose has gotten so scarred up over the last couple of years and I've been so like I'm gonna be seeing a dermatologist soon. There's a history of skin cancer in my family, and let's get started. I just keep talking. Let's just get started. There's a history of skin cancer in my family, and they found a couple of moles that were suspicious. And so I go to the dermatologist once a year, and they remove any moles that don't look good, and they check out my whole body. It's really weird. I gotta like just stand there naked while my doctor is like checking me out. I get so self-conscious, and not even like do I look good naked, but more like, does my butt stink? She's like back there, don't pass gas, because like her face is right by my butt. This is really uncomfortable. I know, weird thoughts that go through my mind. But yeah, so I have to go to the dermatologist. I'm going to speak to her and see what options I have for my nose. Because I have, in my family, there's a disease my grandfather grew up with, an abnormality. I don't know. It's not really a disease. It's just a genetic anomaly within my family that my grandfather had, where there are certain traits that they have, like their forehead is too big, their eyes are too far apart, and their nose is really fleshy and gets fleshier as they get older. And now I didn't get the anomaly, but I got the nose. And so my nose has gotten bigger over the years, and it's gotten thicker. And not thicker like, I've done the whole neti pot and everything. It's just like the flesh itself is getting thicker on the inside, so it's harder for me to breathe. And then I've got very, very scar-prone skin. So I want to talk to my dermatologist and see if like we can do some kind of laser treatment, or potentially some kind of like nose work to make it easier for me to breathe, and see what the cost would be, and benefit, drawback, see what they think. And maybe we could reduce some of the scarring on my nose. I would feel way better. I would feel way better about that. But yeah, no, I've had a couple of moles removed. I had one removed up here. I had one removed on my elbow. There's one that we're kind of keeping an eye on the side of my head. And then I've got this one on my eyebrow that suddenly came out of nowhere. And there's one more somewhere, but I don't remember where. But none of them look suspicious. They're just coming out of nowhere. I've got a brand new one on my arm that's like almost as black as my friggin' nail polish. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm definitely staying on top of it, but I might as well take advantage and talk to the doctor and see what she says about my nose, because it gets so hard to breathe sometimes. But yeah, when Nora calls me, it makes me so emotional sometimes. So emotional. And I try not to call her because her mom is always out and about doing stuff with her, and I don't want to like call while she's out doing something. You know what I mean? Okay. I don't remember what we were doing. I think we just got to the health area, right? I don't think I have anything to sell, so. Hello, the night guy. How's it going? Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. How are you today? Welcome to the stream, by the way. How do I equip it? Ah. Perfect. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to these new pieces of equipment I'm going to get, because I think they're going to be a great alternative for people who are looking to buy stuff. Like the mixer they're sending me, right now it's on sale for like $50 versus like the $350 for the Go XLR Mini in Canada. It's definitely a really good savings, and I want to see if if the reduction in quality is acceptable. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're paying a lot less money, so you're gonna get less quality, but like, is it an okay amount of less quality? That's so gross. That's so gross. Thank you, the night guy. I'll try. I'm trying my best to keep up with the good work. I'm trying. Sometimes I got no energy. Not no energy. I got no motivation. I'm lazy. That's my problem. I'm lazy. There's no excuse. But I got a couple of ideas in the works. That I'm very excited to try to get started. And I hope other people will enjoy it, but we'll see. Oh, Snacks, this game can be really scary for your October Spookfest thing that you're doing. I do the same thing. Every year since I started streaming, except for last year because I wasn't streaming during October, I do the same thing. The whole month, all I play is scary games. And then I have the tradition that on the last day, either on or before Halloween, whenever it is, because like if I stream on like a Saturday, but Halloween's on a Sunday, I'll do the Saturday stream. I do a one sitting playthrough of Silent Hill. So I play the original Silent Hill from start to finish and no saves, just play the game right through. And it usually ends up being like a 9 or 10 hour stream, but it's a really fun time. This game, totally worth checking out. If it's too expensive, play the original. It still holds up well. The graphics aren't the best anymore, but it still holds up really well. Definitely worth a playthrough. And it's just as scary as this one is. Yeah, that's what I saw, is that it's 60 decibels. The only reason I'm iffy about it, because I don't, again, I've done sound tech for a long time. It's like photography and video and stuff. I've done it for a long time. I don't know any of the technicalities. I just kind of know what works and what doesn't. But I was concerned, and I'm going to assume you know better than I do. I was concerned that the 60 decibels was them kind of fudging the numbers, as in like the actual decibels are this much of power and then it's digitally amplified to this many decibels. But if it's a proper 60 decibels, yeah, it should be enough for this, because I think this needs 55 or 56. So like I'll probably have to have it pretty maxed out. But it should be enough for the pod mic. It should be enough. Oh, nice. Nice, man. That'll be fun. I don't think I dressed up 1 year as Luigi. Maybe I'll dress up 2. I don't know as what, but oh god. But maybe I'll dress up 2. Exactly, Night Owl, and that's kind of what I want to do. Is I'm probably gonna make a bit of a longer video. I'm gonna make a bunch of short videos, but I might make a bit of a longer video where I compare the Go XLR to that, compare the capabilities of each, and then do like a mix and match, like their microphone with the Go XLR, this with that, and see what the sound quality's like. Maybe do a bit of a like, which one am I using? And switch between the two as I'm doing the video, and just kind of show like, this is where you're gonna be missing out because of the price, but this is where you benefit because of the price. You know, the fact that it even has a couple of really basic sound effects, voice changers and stuff, pretty cool to see when its competitor, the Go XLR Mini, doesn't have that, and it costs so much more money. You know what I mean? It's pretty wild. That's not what I wanted, is it? No, it's not. There we go. Yeah, Snacks, that's awesome. Yeah, let me see that. Let me see that for sure. Pulpy, how's it going? Welcome. I wore my Luigi costume, by the way. It wasn't actually a Luigi costume. You can't see it because it's behind the camera, but I've got a set of hats, and I have a Luigi hat and a Mario hat. And so I threw on the Luigi hat. I took an old pair of jeans that I owned that didn't fit me anymore, and I cut them up into the shape of like overalls. And then I just threw on an old Xbox green shirt that I had. And that was my Luigi costume. Oh, and then I bought like a cheap dollar store mustache to wear. That was my Luigi costume. It was like the cheapest, most ridiculously badly done costume ever. Whew. Yeah, Night Owl. That's what I was thinking, is it would get some interactions. I'm debating about doing either like the whole video with the idea of like, which one is it, and then give the answer within the video. Whoa! Or doing the whole video and then giving the answer in a follow-up video. You know what I mean? It's hard to get people to watch the secondary video, but I'm curious if it'll be enough to get people to watch the secondary video if they want to know the answer. So I'm kind of playing with that idea. When someone makes you down, you have to motivate yourself to keep up the work. Yeah, the night guy, exactly. Mind you, it's not even that I'm not motivated because I'm down. I'm not motivated because I'm lazy. That's all it is. That's all it is. Like last night, I had a couple of hours after rehearsal and before work where I was not doing anything. I was just kind of just sitting on my couch watching Green and Mumbo Jumbo on YouTube. And I could have been doing content. And I thought about it while I was sitting there, but then I was like, but I'm really comfortable right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna chill out. I'm comfortable. I'm good. And so I just like didn't do it. That's my bigger problem, is I'm just lazy. I'm just lazy. No other excuse. All right, Snacks. Yes, go have yourself a good night. Get some sleep. Guys, make sure you check out Snacks Gaming. He's awesome. If you like my energy, you'll absolutely love Snacks. He's totally chilled out. Just like a really cool guy. Thank you for being here. Have yourself a good night, though, man. And we'll keep talking about working something out. What is it like Halloween in Canada? It's exactly the same as in the States. It's exactly the same. Canada and the States aren't very different, Michael Jackson. They're very similar in a lot of ways. There are definitely some big differences, but we're very similar in a lot of ways. Uh-oh.
Entering zero gravity.
Like, we have a different Thanksgiving than Americans do, and we don't worry about football during our Thanksgiving. But our Thanksgiving is pretty much exactly the same. Bunch of family gets together and usually leads to fighting and a lot of food. So it's pretty much the same. Pretty much the same Thanksgiving. Everybody on TikTok, I do appreciate all the likes, by the way. I just can't see them on my screen, so I don't know how many there are. I don't ever find out till later, and then I feel really bad that I don't say thank you. Ah! Oh, it scared me. It is. Oh my god, Night Owl. Their whole setup is horrendous. Their whole setup isn't conducive to streaming. It's almost like they've watched a streamer and then they hired a guy who's like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing, who's only ever seen streaming for like 15 minutes and just kind of put things together. It's really weird how some really basic stuff that has been around for like decades, not decades, but like over a decade, still isn't implemented on TikTok. Yet TikTok insists we use their platform for streaming. It's really frustrating at times. But yeah, their chat thing is annoying. For some reason, my profile doesn't let me open up my own stream. I have to like send myself a message from an outside channel with my stream linked in it so I can watch my own stream. And even trying to like moderate my stream on TikTok, if I pop out the TikTok Live Studio, if I pop out the chat, I can't moderate my chat or type into it. I have to pop it back into the app just to be able to moderate and type. And even the moderation isn't very clear to do. It's weird. It's really weird. It's broken. They really need to fix it. Oh, I went the wrong way. Whoops. Yeah, it's annoying because it makes it less enjoyable to use, because the basic stuff is missing. I just wish that they would either give us the option of using OBS or do what Streamlabs did and just basically steal OBS and use that as their blueprint for what they can do. How many consoles do I have? I don't actually know the number, the Night Guy, but I've got the Series X, I've got the One X, that one's broken though, the hard drive's dead. But I've got the Series X, the One X, I've got One S, I've got a PS5, I've got a Oh no, I gave away the PS4 Pro. I've got a PS5, I've got a Game Gear, I've got an SNES, I've got an NES, I've got a Wii, I've got a Wii U, I've got a Switch, I've got 2 Switches. I've got an ROG Ally, which isn't really a console, but kind of is. What else do I have? I got a Quest. Is that a console? I don't know. And I've got a Dreamcast. I think that's all of them. I had a 1S and a PS4 Pro, but I gave those to my ex.
No sign of her yet. But I found some hydrazine that should work on the barricade. I just need to find a shock pad.
Okay, work fast, Isaac.
TikTok's just kind of bad in general. Yeah, like it's bad and good. It is a viral factory. You can go viral on TikTok easier than you can go on anything else. So it gives more people an opportunity to kind of stand out, but it's so unreliable that you can't just... Uh-oh. I hear you, but I don't see you. You can't just go on TikTok and suddenly you're going to go viral. There's still work to be done. And TikTok is very heavy in, like, favoritism and in the way that they moderate. It's not cut and dry. You know, like I've been banned for self-harm because I was talking about, well, I'm pretty sure it was somebody who was fighting with me in the comments, a stupid bigot that got mad that I called them out and then reported my video. But I got banned for self-harm because I was talking about fixing my sleep schedule, which is really weird. Like there wasn't even anything happening in the video to say, you know, okay, they could kind of interpret it that way. Like there was nothing going on and they still got me for it. And they gave me no way to fight back.
What the hell? It shut the whole ship. I'll check it out.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, Night Owl. That's exactly what I'm doing. I've got the ATEM plugin, and then I'm just using it as a camera out in order to get it to do what I want, because yeah, TikTok Studio doesn't let me do anything that I want. And so it's just easier that way. Oh man. Disorienting. And like TikTok's just kind of, they're so adamant, which makes me suspicious. I don't know anything about tech, right? So I can't say this is what's happening, but I find it very, 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 very suspicious that they were okay giving us keys at first, and now they've decided, no, you have to use our app specifically. And there are so many concerns about like app tracking data and all that kind of stuff. And they're adamant that we use their app. Like it makes me wonder if they're wanting us to use it as another way to track our data. Do you know what I mean? Because literally every platform is okay with just plain OBS, and then TikTok suddenly is like, no. So I don't know. That's me putting on some tinfoil hats and going full conspiracy mode. But like, their app is just so broken. It's not even a better app or add anything extra to the TikTok experience to say, okay, it kind of makes sense that they want us to use their app.
God, took one step out of the captain's nest and Chen, that thing, he almost got me.
You okay?
I trapped him in a damaged escape pod. He's snarling like, this is fucked up. Hurry, Isaac.
Yeah, TikTok has been around for years. Mind you, TikTok has changed, and in the big picture, it really hasn't been around that long. Like 3 to 4 years in the tech world is a long time, but in the social media world, it's still relatively new. You know, so like for the fact that it's as powerful as it is, and only as young as it is, it's pretty impressive. Mind you, it used to be Musical.ly, so if you count that, yeah, it's been around for a really long time, but like, it's still no excuse to not really allow creators to do what they need. Oh god. Dude, change the weapons, change weapons. Oh. It came out in 2016, but it didn't actually start doing anything till about 3 or 4 years ago. That's when it really became a big thing. So that is kind of like talking about YouTube and saying that the way YouTube is now started back when YouTube was first released, but YouTube was very, very different, and it really became the way it is now since the adpocalypse. So like, yeah, it was around since then, but it didn't really catch on until now, and it changed how it works until like now. But back in 2016, it was a bunch of teenagers dancing and lip syncing, and that's not really what TikTok is anymore. It's still a big part of it, but that's not really all it is anymore. Yeah, it blew up because of the pandemic. Yeah, I actually found out about TikTok thanks to one video of some guy doing like a cringe compilation response to TikTok, where his whole point was about how it's a bunch of like underage girls dancing on this app and a bunch of guys being super cringy on the app. And so my curiosity was like, what is this thing? And then I looked it up and I was like, oh my God. And then I showed my brother. And then as it was going, I was like, there are a lot of views on these things. And so my mentality was, well, my viewership is fairly young. They're teenagers. I could start promoting on here for my stream. That would be a good idea. And then I did one video and then I just didn't do anything else. And then I started like actually putting effort into it. And then that's when the pandemic hit and everything blew up. But yeah, the pandemic was a huge, huge factor. It was a huge factor. That's why when people like sometimes reference me and say like, you're an inspiration as a creator and you're so smart. It's like, no, I just got in at the right time and I was one of the first. That's the only thing. I was one of the first, not the first, or like, you know, I'm not saying I'm like, well, the first 5, but I was an early adopter on TikTok as a streamer. And so that helped a lot for my growth. And only started really taking it seriously this year. And it's shown. It's definitely shown. But yeah, that's exactly it. And now there's the big creators have now kind of stepped in. So it makes it harder for the little guy to shine compared to before. But a lot of the people who took it in because they had nothing to do are now kind of off the platform, so they're no longer creating the content that used to be around. So like it's a weird time again. It's another weird time in this platform. But the YouTubeification is happening, where you're starting to see a lot more content that is much higher quality than it used to be. Oh, wild. Okay, that works. Cool. Save me some bullets. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Uh-oh. Where are you? I hear you. Or I hear the music. I don't see you, though. Yeah, it's definitely not an endgame platform. I think that's what I was getting at when I was saying that it's still like a new platform. They still haven't reached the point of being, you want to be a career TikToker. It's literally just to open the door and get more eyes on your other platforms right now. Because it's kind of the same thing even for me. Like I'm using TikTok as a way to connect with companies and hopefully eventually get to the point where I'm making content elsewhere and making it more of a platform where I'm noticed for other stuff. Oh God. I'm hearing the other one. I'm hearing the other one. There you are. No, wrong one. If you like scary games, Preston, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's very intense. You could see graphically, it's really pretty, and it holds up pretty well on the Series S. I saw the comparisons, and it was very, very good. The resolution is slightly lower. That's about it. And even amongst like the PS5 and the Series consoles, the PS5 version is way glitchier than the Series consoles are when it comes to like the way lighting works and stuff. Not that the game itself is super glitchy. It's a really good remake. It's a really good remake. The base game was awesome. The remake is so well done. Although you're kind of unlucky when it comes to glitches. There is one major glitch in this game, which I've run into a couple of times, where you die and the game has autosaves and it'll load you up in the last checkpoint, and the last checkpoint will be where there's an NPC. And while the game is loading, it has like a loading screen, and what it's doing is it's loading some of the assets, but the way they coded it, the NPC comes to life before you do. And so it attacks you and kills you before the load screen's done. And by the time you load, you're dead. And then it reloads you to the same spot, and you're stuck in an endless loop of loading and dying, and you just can't get past it. You have to fully quit the game and reload a new save file in order for it to move forward. And if you haven't saved in a bit, you might lose like an hour of progress, which kind of sucks. But it's very very good. I've only had it happen a couple of times, so it's not like a constant issue, but it has happened. I only use TikTok to see live streams like mine because you're very... Yeah, and you know what, Michael Jackson, posting is not for everybody. I think it's a very good skill to have, to be able to like put yourself out there, just in life in general. I think that's one thing I always said is I think theater school is a very good thing for people to attend. I wish they just included it, because it lets you grow as a person and take more risks and kind of be more comfortable embarrassing yourself. So like there are benefits to posting on TikTok, but there's a lot of drawbacks. And if you're already kind of a shy person and you're kind of worried about being judged, TikTok is only going to make you feel worse. TikTok is really, really good at making you feel self-conscious. And you're like on the higher end of that generation, but your generation, Gen Z, there's this whole conversation happening right now about the boomerification of Gen Z, and it is 110% accurate. Gen Z is a bunch of boomers, and they're very, very judgmental and very quickly play the victim after they've been toxic and been bullies. They quickly turn into the victim as soon as you call them out for it because they can't be held responsible. So if you're already kind of, I'm not comfortable doing it, you're going to get a bunch of people that'll come through and bully you. And then if you try to call them out, they will turn around and say they're the victim and make you out to be the bad guy. So yeah, I would say TikTok is really cool, but it's not for everybody. It's definitely not for everybody. And it can really... Sorry, my watch is going off. The theater group is messaging. Oh, God. God. But yeah, TikTok's not for everybody, and it can be very... it can feel very... like you feel like you're being left out by just using and not posting. But... You know, just It's a fun place, but I definitely wouldn't recommend it to people. Like I said, I don't plan my content creation career to be based around TikTok. That would just be silly. That would just be silly. There's not enough stability on TikTok. There's not enough of a community on TikTok. You can't make a consistent career out of TikTok. But it is it's kind of like Twitter. That's one thing I do like about TikTok that I'm missing out on Twitter is it's kind of like Twitter because it's a really good way to connect with a bunch of companies and be able to talk to social media managers and stuff, and you know, deal with smaller companies that may be overwhelmed elsewhere. So that's what I like about TikTok, that I've had opportunities to meet with companies that I potentially would have loved to work with, but on YouTube or whatever, I would have never I would have never gotten anywhere with them. Okay. Is it that one or that one? It's that one, but what's in here? I'm curious. Curiosity killed the cat. I feel like I shouldn't go in here. I don't see a door, so I think we're good. Yeah, honestly, I think the most important part, if you're gonna come to posting, it's harder to do it. It's easy to say it. Try to go into it and not worry about what other people are going to think or say, because there will always be somebody that is going to be upset about what you did. Like, I have made videos where I'm not judging anything or saying anything controversial, or I'm literally just like pointing something out and somebody will get upset with me over it, which is stupid. This is like the dumbest I ever got. I made a video where I was making fun of Xbox, and a bunch of Xbox fans were calling me a Sony shill, but I had a Sony fan attack me because they were too stupid to realize I was making fun of Xbox, and they thought I was making fun of Sony in my video making fun of Xbox, and they attacked me. Like, they had to bend over backwards so much to get me to sound like I was hating Sony, even though my whole video was about Xbox and how Xbox screwed up. People will get upset about whatever you say. So you really have to be prepared about people just being upset, and not upset like they're hurt feelings or anything, but sometimes they'll just go out and make fun of you just for the sake of it, right? Like, I made that one video where I was like showing how to use the NVIDIA broadcast, and some kid made a comment about my nose. What does that have to do with anything? Right? And then when I called him out, I got a whole bunch of attacks basically saying that I was being very self-centered because somebody made fun of me and then I called them out for it. So apparently that was my fault. Which is like an insane reach, and surprise, surprise, it was all Gen Z saying that because boomers. But like, just be prepared for that. Honestly, it's it can be very intimidating at times, but it can be a fun experience. You can meet some really cool people through it.
I found a shock pad I can use on the barricade.
Let me just say.
Heading back there now.
Watch the voltage on that pad. I'm not losing anyone else.
Because like, thanks to TikTok, I met Night Owl, I met Snacks, I met Girl Thulu. I've got, you can't see it in this scene, but actually on TikTok you can, right there. That logo got sent to me from a company. Wow, I'm really low on camera. I didn't notice that. I met, you know, a bunch of cool creators and people who aren't creators but are just followers who ended up becoming friends. So that logo is from a company. There's a bunch of stuff that companies sent me. This, my Steam Deck dock is from a company. I'm trying to think of stuff that like I use on a regular basis that companies sent me. I've got my Mac Mini dock in the other room that I use all the time now. I've gotten headphones. I get like cool stuff sent to me. So like, TikTok has been a really cool place to be, but it's not for everybody. It comes with a lot of downsides. You know, it's a very good place at teaching you that people don't care about you, because I've made videos and then I'll make a video where I talk about just like myself, talking about like something going on in my life or something that I'm doing outside of gaming, and not a single person is interested. Or I'll make a video and I'll get a random message. They're not saying anything mean. They'll just be like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in forever. I'm so glad you're back. And it's like, I've never stopped posting. But TikTok is not a good place to build a community. So these people don't see my stuff, so they just think I stopped posting. Or you could say a little bit more negatively and even be like, they cared about me so little, they didn't even look to see if I was live or doing stuff. So it's like, TikTok is very good at oh crap. Run. Oh, dude, you run really slow, you know that? Oh, I got my hair because of TikTok. Forgot about that one. I got my hair because of TikTok. TikTok is cool, but it's it can be tough on your self-esteem. It can be really tough on your self-esteem. If you're gonna stream, I wouldn't rely on TikTok for streaming though, Michael Jackson. 100% I wouldn't rely on TikTok for streaming. TikTok can be a very good place to get viewers. You know, I've seen people that have less than 10,000 followers and they're averaging 100 people on TikTok while they're live. I've got over 100,000 and I've got 2 watching me on TikTok. But I've also seen people on TikTok be able to build some hype. There's a guy that just started streaming on Twitch and he reached affiliate within a week because he was able to build up a bunch of hype. And at first I was like, whoa, this guy is getting some luck, because he was averaging like 15 viewers on Twitch, which is huge for somebody who's only been around for a couple of weeks. Now he's down to like 2 viewers because the hype is dead. They reached affiliate and it's over and now nobody's around. But I would say like use YouTube or Twitch or Facebook, because that's more community based. So you'll have a lot of people that'll come through like yourself, which is hilarious because you're on TikTok most of the time, but even the group on Twitch, when we talk about like the consistent people, you were named because you're always here. But you're rare. That doesn't happen on TikTok very often. You and Brian are the only ones that ever stay consistently, and Don Tavis pops in every once in a while. But most of the time it's Twitch people that are around on a really consistent basis. So I would say if you ever do decide to stream, do it on there. It's better for community building. The numbers are going to be worse for the most part, but more valuable. On TikTok, having 100,000 followers doesn't mean anything. Averaging 100 viewers doesn't mean anything. On Twitch, 5 viewers is worth a lot more than the 100 on TikTok. And not that the person is worth less, it's just it translates to a better experience. So if you're ever up for it, that would be my piece of advice. I feel like I've known you for years. Some people do feel that way. Some people do feel that way. It's a wild idea to me, because obviously, like, I'm myself on stream. I try not to. Oh, cool. I try not to be fake on camera, but there's a level of fake. Like, there is definitely part of what I'm doing on here is still a show. Like, I'm still trying to be, like, I'm louder than I am in real life. I'm more talkative. Well, I'm very talkative in real life, but like, it takes a bit for me to get comfortable with somebody to be talkative. Most of the time I'll sit very quietly and I don't really interact. But on stream it's about me, so I have to. So it's weird when people like feel really attached to me. Not weird like you're being weird, but it's just like, yeah, I'm literally putting myself out there. Like, there are people that know me that I've never seen before. It's a weird thing to think about. But I've got friends that like are genuine friends now that I look at as friends, not just some random person on the internet. And it's all because of streaming. It's cool. It's really cool. Okay. Should I buy more bullets? I feel like I should buy more bullets, but should I buy more health? I've got no more health. I'll buy one of these for sure, because you never know. I'm gonna buy some bullets. DM, how's it going? Are they in chat right now? They're invisible. They're invisible. How are you, DM? How's life? At the same time, Michael Jackson, it's kind of intimidating when people feel like they know you on stream, because the truth is that I'm not always what they think. You know what I mean? Give me a sec here. And so, like, there's a level of people being disappointed if they ever got to know me. You know what I mean? Oh God. Because I know that I'm perceived differently than I am in real life. It's almost like dating. When you date, at the beginning, you put your best foot forward. You're totally like the best you could ever be. And then they get to know you, and then they start seeing that you like fart when you're sleeping, or you have bad breath, or maybe you don't shower as much as they would like, or you shower too much. And those little details all of a sudden make you less likable. I feel the same way about streaming.
Get his rig codes, and the computer's all ours.
Everyone farts in their... I know. But I'm saying, like, it's something that you don't do when you first start dating somebody. And when you get older, it doesn't matter. But when you're younger, like, in your dating, you never just, like, fart in front of the girl you're trying to impress or the guy you're trying to impress. You try to, like, keep that to yourself. And then you hear them fart for the first time. And if you're not actually in love with them, you're going to be like, ew, so gross. So it's kind of like streaming where like people see the best side of me and then they get to know me and then they're going to realize that like, oh, maybe I don't really like him. Maybe he does have stupid ideas. Maybe he is ignorant or arrogant or whatever. And then all of a sudden something very small like me, I don't know, worrying about the way that I'm dressed becomes a really big issue, even though like it's not a big deal. You know what I mean? Because the one thing is that there's a lot of this is going to Michael Jackson, not DM. There's a lot of things called, there's something called the parasocial relationship, which can be kind of hard to hold on.
Look at his wounds. We can't handle so many trauma cases, and the command crew won't tell us what's happening. He's seizing. Shit. Maybe I have some KHP left.
So parasocial relationships, it's basically like you don't actually know me. I'm not saying you're doing this, Michael Jackson, by the way. I'm just explaining it to you in case you don't fully know. You don't really know me. You don't know what I'm like. You don't know how I act in private. You don't know. You only know what I've shown you, right? And so what happens online a lot is people feel like they actually know you. They feel like they really know who you are. And so they will have judgments on you. And if you don't meet those expectations, they'll very quickly turn on you. And it can be very, very disheartening. It could also lead to toxic situations where they're like almost in love with you because they've invented this idea of who you are, even though you're not like that. And so it can be very hard to deal with as a content creator, where like I'll have people give me money. And it's one thing when it's like, oh, here's a jump scare here and there. They're getting something out of the jump scare. But then somebody will come in and be like, here's $500. And now I feel really bad that they gave me all that money. And now they feel like they gave me that money because we're really good friends. But then if I don't do something that they want, they feel slighted. They feel like I insulted them because they just gave me all that money and I didn't do what they wanted. At the same time, I'm like, but we're not close friends. Like, I will do something I don't like for a friend like Preston, who I've known for like 10 years and we're real friends. And I would do things in order to continue our friendship, right? Not that he's ever made me do anything I'm uncomfortable with, but like, you know, like, let's say he likes to go out and hang out at the bar. I would go hang out at the bar. I'm not a big fan of those places, but I would go hang out with him because I want to spend time with him. But he's a friend that I've known for more than 10 years. Right? I wouldn't do that for a stranger on the internet, but the parasocial relationship makes it feel like I should do that. And it makes it really uncomfortable for everybody. And then you end up with those weird stalker situations. And it's like, that's where it gets really hard to be a streamer and a content creator, is you get people who genuinely think they have a connection with you that doesn't exist. And that's really hard to do. And then as a content creator, you have to balance between being open enough that people know that you appreciate that they're around, while also keeping a wall up to make it very clear that like, hey, we're a couple of strangers. You don't know me. You don't know who I am. You don't know what my life is like. And you don't know what kind of bond we actually have because you're just some guy on the internet or some girl on the internet. You know what I mean? It's frustrating. It's frustrating. I'm so blunt and mean with people now. You're better than I am, Girl Thulu. I'm not that great. Hooded Sun, how's it going, man? How are you? Always goes right the first time, but you think that was the case when shooting. Yeah, exactly, DM. That's exactly it. And then, yeah, it's a lot harder when you're a smaller streamer. You know, if you've got like 50 to 100 viewers per stream, it's way easier to be like, screw you, get out of here. When you've got like 3 or 4 and you're new, it's really hard to tell one person no, because that 3 or 4 now turns into 2 or 3, and that feels a lot bigger versus 50 to 49. Not a big deal. Mind you, I've been around for long enough that if it goes from 2 to 1, I don't care. I really don't. But yeah, it's tough and it's really weird. Thankfully, I'm not overly flirtatious and I'm not attractive, so I've never had to have anybody like fall in love with me or have like a crush on me. Thank goodness. But I know people who have had that happen, and that is a very complicated situation. That is a really hard situation to be in. Thankfully, I don't have to deal with that. I do have people looking up to me, and that's really weird. Not that they're doing anything wrong. It's for me, it's weird because I'm like, I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. The amount of times I've talked to Girl Thulu and I'm like, hey, this and this and this. She goes, actually, it's this way. And I'm like, oh my God, you're so right. Why didn't I see it that way? Because I'm an idiot. I'm a complete moron. I just got lucky. I got into TikTok before anybody else did the streaming stuff, and I happened to be funny. That's about it. But I don't actually know what I'm doing. I should be in a far more successful situation right now. Like, where I am now is where Kadea was when she blew right up. And there is no reason I shouldn't have blown up, except for I'm an idiot. That's it. So, like, I'm an idiot. I'm doing good, DM. I'm doing good. And that's it, Girl Thulu. That's it. It's having one toxic or stalkerish viewer is so much more damning than having one less viewer. Because that one toxic person will drive away 10 good people. I would rather lose the one toxic and struggle to find the 10 eventually than to have the one toxic for a long time and lose 10. So not worth it. So not worth it. Yeah, like that's so weird. That's so weird. And like, obviously my own insecurities, I wish that I was more attractive. I do, because who doesn't want to be attractive? At the same time, I look at somebody like Girl Thulu, who is a very pretty person, and I'm so happy I'm not pretty, because I don't want creepy people thinking they can get in my pants because they are infatuated with me, even though they know nothing about me. Because, like, yeah, that's just weird. That's just weird. There are plenty of friends that I have that I'm like, wow, you are gorgeous. But I also know I would not be able to date them because I would drive them crazy or they would drive me crazy. But there are so many people out there that can't get that part. That they just think because they're sexually or physically attracted to somebody, that means that it's going to work out. And for some reason, they think that person feels the same way. And it's just like, what? I'm a whole person. You're not going to like who I am. It's so weird. It's so friggin' weird. It's the filters and overconfidence. I feel the filter part. My camera's got the smooth face filter. It's on minimum, but it's on just to kind of help a little bit. So I feel that part. But yeah, I'm glad I'm not like attractive. You know, I'm not ugly. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say like, oh, I'm hideous. No one likes me. It's just like, I'm like a solid 6.5, 7. Enough to go, yeah, he's not an ugly dude. I can see it. But not enough for people to go, oh, he's so cute. So I don't have to worry about people, one, holding me to a higher standard. And two, nobody's ever going to like want to stalk me in a romantic way. So thank God. Thank God. But yeah, I could totally see people wanting to drive 5 hours to meet you. Yeah, it's I get that, like, most of them probably didn't mean it in like a weird, creepy way, but it's still weird and creepy. Whether or not they meant it that way, it's still weird and creepy. When I'm upside down and drunk enough. I mean, I used to be a solid like 7.5. The confidence helped a long way, but a big part of it was just my skin was nicer. But now I'm like, no, I'm getting old, I'm getting tired, I'm out of shape. So definitely not the same level that I used to be. And I'm also like out of confidence, so not exactly the most winning combination, to say the least. We're about to be attacked, aren't we? We are about to be attacked. Or not. I think it's when I take it out and plug it in. I'm a solid 69. Nice. What did I just say? I said something about 69, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, the temperature. The temperature. In freedom units, it's 69 degrees here today. They were just naive. Yeah. And like it's just yeah. Yeah. And I think most of the time it's not somebody being weird. It's very, I think it's not rare, but it's a lot less often that it's somebody being weird, more than just somebody misinterpreting the situation and it being weird because of that. Which is fine. They don't know any better. Because they also don't see our perspective, right? A big thing is people don't realize what we're seeing on a regular basis. Where's the other power cell? Oh wait, do I have to turn this one off? Is that what it is? Wait, I can't. Oh wait, no power at all. Oh, there it is. Okay. Here we go. People don't see what we see as creators. Like, I'll get comments sometimes when I do a call out video that they'll be like, bro, just ignore the negative comments. But they don't see that the comment I replied to was like the 150th negative comment I've gotten in the last 4 days. It's easy to ignore one negative comment when you get 50 views. But when you have a video that has like 100,000 views and you've gotten 100 comments and 80 of them have been negative, attacking the way you look, it's very hard to just ignore it all the time. Whether you clap back or not, it just kind of gets under your skin. And so like, it's kind of the same with the meeting thing. It's like, they don't realize that you have a whole group of people that feel the same way. And so like an individual wanting to meet just feels awkward and uncomfortable. And it's just like, that's not why I'm here. Versus like, if you said, hey, I'm going to be at this location, anybody that's around, please come hang out. Because now you're like doing a public open event, but when it's like one-on-one, it's just socially feels really weird. You know what I mean? I've never had a partner that saw me as a god. I've had one that ever saw me as a god, but most of my partners don't find me attractive, which is like the weirdest backwards compliment I get on a regular basis, which is like really hard to deal with. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Because like I've gotten the compliment from a girlfriend of like, I'm not the type of guy they normally date. They don't like guys that look like me normally. And it's just like, thanks, I guess. It's a compliment that you told me I'm like the ugliest dude you've ever dated. You know what I mean? Oh, crap! I'm an idiot. I wish I had sound effects right now. I had friggin' stream beats playing in the background and it was muted on TikTok and Twitch, on Twitch and YouTube. And I had it going on TikTok because I forgot TikTok had a totally separate control. We've been streaming for like an hour with this music just playing in the background and me being too stupid to realize it was on. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, I'm so stupid. I like totally killed the scary vibe. I've only got like 20 minutes left before I gotta stop anyway, but oh, that's embarrassing. Not that it really matters. It doesn't really bother me because like it's not like I lost out on 1 billion viewers because of music, but like the nitpicky part of me that's like want my content to be perfect all the time, that part of me is just like, I'm an idiot. Ah, it was Stream Beats crappy lo-fi music. Oh, heartbreak. I'm so dumb. Who happens to sing around Hammer now and then. That's funny. Oh yeah, those backhanded compliments, man. Those backhanded compliments. I think the best one I ever got, and I just recently, like within the last couple of weeks, found out that this was fairly common among guys to have this happen to them. I didn't know. I dated a girl once who was promiscuous. She also worked as a sex worker for a bit when I was younger. And one of her compliments to me, and she couldn't comprehend why I was upset after she said it, was she had been with guys who were bigger than me, if you know what I mean. But she's so happy because I'm the perfect size. But as a dude, all I heard was, those guys were bigger and you're tiny. And she couldn't understand why I was upset about it. It was such a backhanded compliment, and it's just like, I didn't need to know that detail. That's a detail I didn't need to know. I know I'm not packing a hose. I know that. I don't need you to remind me, though. Especially as an ex-sex worker. It's not like you've only been with 2 guys, so you don't know. You know. Holy crap. That hurt. Ugh. The compliment being, this is where guys don't understand. The compliment being that I'm the perfect fit. That guys are convinced that having a big Oscar Mayer wiener is like the most important thing, and it's not. It's just having the right fit and knowing how to use it, right? And so that's what she was seeing, was like no, you're perfect. But as a dude, especially in the society we live in, I was just like, I'm smaller than other dudes. I know that. You don't need to tell me. I'm not actually. I worked in healthcare. I'm average. Proud of it too. But it's just one of those like, I didn't need to know that. I didn't need to know that compliment. That's not a good compliment. That's not a good one. Don't tell me that. Whatever. Sarah, also thank you so much for pointing out the music thing. I didn't realize I was doing that. I'm an idiot. I haven't played Lies of P. No, I haven't. I haven't had time to play anything, and I was saying this earlier. I've been kind of I had a bunch of stuff happen over the last little while, and I'm now finally over the shock of everything that's happened in my life. And I'm at the point now where I'm kind of starting to actually feel the emotions that I'm feeling, and it's very hard right now emotionally. And so playing games, I'm in kind of a state where I'm not enjoying video games right now. Not because I'm not having fun, it's just because I'm irritable. And because I'm irritable, things that would normally be hard to deal with in a game, but still kind of, you know, manageable, very quickly become unfun for me. And so I don't want to play a game like Lies of P, which is a Soulsborne style game, and get really frustrated when I'm already frustrated to begin with. So I would end up really disliking it, and I don't want to because it looks like a game I would really enjoy. So I haven't played it yet, and I probably won't for a little while. Hooded sun, that's hilarious. Oh my god, that's so funny. How tall am I? I slouch. I have a bit of a slouch. When I'm like perfectly straight standing, I'm like 5'10", 5'10 and a half, somewhere in there. But because I slouched, the last time I got measured, I was 5'8". I might also be shrinking. I'm almost 40, and like in your mid 30s, you start to lose height. And as you get older, it happens way faster. At the beginning, it's very, very slight. But I may also be getting shorter, but I think I was just slouching the last time I got measured, but I'm like 5'10", 5'10 and a half. I've never had any complaints. I will say, at least the women I've been with, in my anecdotal experience, they're usually pretty good at not telling you if you're bad. They're usually pretty good at not telling you if you're bad. So I don't take that as a way to say, I'm fine. But I think I'm likable enough that even if I was bad, the women I've been with would deal with it because I'm likable enough. It's kind of like my acting career.
You were in surgery, so I left this with Warwick. He'll be discreet. I
Give me a
just got the
second.
latest report from Aegis 7. The situation's worse than Captain Matthias will admit. 40% of the colony's population is now showing symptoms. Depression, hallucinations, more violence. People are dying down there. I know it's linked to the marker somehow, but I just don't have enough data. Mercer, maybe I was wrong. We need answers by any means possible. That patient, Brent Harris, might be our last hope.
Huh. Yeah, I'm not super tall, but I am Latino. So for a Latino, I'm pretty freaking tall. And I'm like 100% Latino. I'm not even like my parents, one was white and one wasn't. I'm full Latino. Like, I go back far enough in my family, and like I've got indigenous family and stuff. I'm like full blown Latino, and most Latinos are like 5'6", 5'5". My dad was 5'2". My mom was 5'3". So I'm pretty freaking tall. I remember I met one of my cousins who hadn't seen me since I was like 6. And I went back home and I was like 16, I think. And I stood up to give him a hug, and he kind of slouched. I'm like, "What's wrong?" He goes, "I used to be the tallest member of the family," and he's 5'7". So for a Latino, I'm tall, so I'll take it. But y'all, like Europeans, can be insanely tall. So I don't know the actual average size of a Latino, but on a whole, we tend to be fairly short. You're 5'3"? Nice, Michael Jackson. Yeah, well, and being wheelchair bound, Michael Jackson, your bones and muscles wouldn't grow the same way. So that may have also contributed to not being as tall. But height doesn't really matter, you know. Yeah, no, you're like overly tall for the average. Like, you're not just tall because everybody around you is tall, but on average Europeans are tall, so you're tall amongst the tall. But yeah, you're definitely from an area where height is more common, whereas I'm from an area where height is not as common.
I woke in the dark with them scratching in the walls. Scratching like rats. You will lock me in with them. Fuckers. I'll cut them out.
Oh, gross. This game is so gruesome. So gruesome. Okay, people actually do this in real life. This part right here. I don't think I could ever do that.
Level 2 security clearance required.
Because I'm scared of the pain. I don't think I could ever do that. I'm scared of the pain. Too much of a scared chicken. But yeah, back to what we were saying about the streaming thing. I'm glad I've never had anybody have a crush on me. Although the not romantic part of me, but like the part that looks at just the positives of it, kind of like, okay, I had this when I was growing up, where I should probably stop because I gotta get going in a sec. Yeah, I'm gonna save and stop. Chat for 5-10 minutes and then I gotta get going. Okay. The part of me that is a hopeless romantic, a sap, I guess, thinks about the whole idea on how, like, I think it's really cool when people meet online and they like fall in love with each other. Like they were streamers and then they got to know each other and now they're in love and all that. And I'm like, I would love to have that experience. I think that would be cool. Just like growing up, you see those shows where like the person moves in next door and they're super cute, whether it's like the boy next door or the girl next door. And then like they have a whole romance as as kids, and then they grow up and they don't like each other, and then they finally get older and then they fall in love and end up together. And I was always like, I would love that story. I think that story would be awesome. I actually had a best friend growing up and everybody thought we were going to end up together because as kids, she was madly in love with me. And then we became teenagers and I fell madly in love with her. But she wasn't interested in me. And then our parents had a falling out, and then her and I just never did anything. Now she's married, has kids and everything. And like, she never, ever gained interest in me again. But like, I always think it's like, so sappy and romantic when I hear about people online meeting each other, and I've never had that experience because I'm not attractive enough for people to like that. I'm also kind of toxic, and that's not attractive. But ignoring the sappy part of it, I really wouldn't want people to like me on the internet, like to find me attractive, like genuinely find me attractive, not in like the you're my friend and you're not ugly. Like, I mean genuinely, like look at me and be like, oh my god, he's so cute, I wish I could get to know him. I'm glad I don't have that. Because one, I wouldn't want to be rejecting a bunch of people and then deal with people who can't accept that. And two, I wouldn't want to start a relationship with somebody who lives somewhere that I would never end up at, and then just have that heartbreak of we'll never be together. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, I'm glad. Although it would be interesting, but I'm glad. Oh, you got spina bifida. Okay, yeah, and that also would make you shorter. People with spina bifida, that is a hard word for me to say. Tend to not grow as much just because of the way that the illness works. Absolutely. I've worked with a few people with spina bifida. I worked in healthcare. I worked with a few people with that. I would help them with like their morning routine, getting out of bed, getting ready for the day. I'm glad you get to hang out here though, you know? Most of your friends are 6'3", 6'5", 6'6". Yeah, no, I've got a couple of friends that are over 6 foot. Mind you, on stage, you end up getting a lot of really tall actors. Like even in the show that I'm in now, Ian and I, we're both playing the same character. We're about the same height, roughly. I think I might be slightly taller than him. I'm not sure. But if I am, it's not by much. And his dad is in the show, and his dad is shorter than me. And then there's one other guy that's about my size. Then all the other guys are way taller than me. I did one show where every guy in the show was taller than me, and I was wearing heels, and they were still taller than me. And in one of the scenes, I had to come up behind one of the guys and like put my arms around him, pretend I was hitting on him. It was Rocky Horror. I had to like put my arms around him, pretend I was hitting on him. But he was already taller than me, and I'm in heels, and he's just in his socks. I'm in heels, and I can't go more on my tippy toes because the heels already had me up high. And I still couldn't reach, so he used to have to like lean back into me so he'd be short enough so I could put my arms around him, because on stage I tend to be the shorter one. Even though 5'10" isn't short, I tend to be the shorter one. Okay, so I gotta get going in just a sec. I have to leave in 15 minutes. Damn, I don't even think I'm gonna have time for dinner. That really sucks, because I have rehearsals and the place is about 20 minutes away from me, so I gotta drive out there and I want to be a little bit early. And then I might stream tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. What is it? Wednesday today? Yeah, today's Wednesday. I might stream tomorrow to make up for not streaming yesterday, because I slept yesterday. I needed it. I was so tired. So I might stream tomorrow to make up for yesterday. Keep an eye out. Maybe not. I'm not sure. If not, I'll be back Friday for sure. It'll probably be like today, where it's a little bit of a shorter stream, only because like I've only been live for 2 hours right now, but I stopped 2 hours ago because the stream crashed. I've been live for 2.5 hours, so it might be similar to that tomorrow, or not tomorrow, on Friday, because I still have rehearsals. I rehearse every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, I think is what they said. Crap, I can't even remember. I have to check. But on those days, I can't go super late because I have rehearsals at 7. Sunday, I have rehearsals all day, so I can't do my streams on Sunday, even though that was the plan. But I will definitely be live Friday, definitely be live Saturday. Saturday should be an okay stream. And then Monday and tomorrow, I'll try to make it up for missing yesterday. Exactly, Michael Jackson. And you know what? You're still young. Bullying is obviously, it has a big impact on your life, but it's not something that you're going to experience as much now that you're an adult, because adults can be just as big a jerks as kids are, don't get me wrong. But bullying somebody who has a disability isn't really acceptable as an adult. As a kid, as a teenager, kids are jerks and they're going to be fine with it and they're going to use it to try to make themselves seem cooler. But as an adult, they tend to bully people who aren't socially normal. Like me, I'm socially awkward, so I get bullied. But a physical disability doesn't get bullied as much. So I'm hoping things will be easier now that you're an adult. I mean, the damage is done from being young, and I'm sorry you had to go through that. But yeah, just hold your head up. Who cares? People are stupid. And the people that are bullying are usually making up for something, even though they try to deny it. I think that's my favorite part, is when you call them on that, they try to deny it. They're like, whatever, man, that psycho Mike mumbo jumbo doesn't work on me. Except that's what's happening, right? Like if somebody calls me gay because I paint my nails, I don't see being called gay as an insult because I'm not concerned about it. But if somebody else called me that, they see it as an insult. And so they see it as an insult because they're insecure to be confused as being gay, either because they don't know if they're gay or not and they're trying to like, you know, closet it or whatever, or they were just raised to believe that that's a negative thing. But that makes them insecure, and it doesn't bother me, so it doesn't work on me. So I'll call them out, be like, you think it's an insult, I don't think it's an insult, and you think it's an insult because you're insecure. Those like, whatever, man, I'm not insecure. If your sexuality worries you, that somebody calling you gay is an insult, I would say you're insecure. I don't really care whether or not somebody thinks I'm gay or trans or whatever. I know what I like. So I don't really care if somebody else thinks I like something else. It's the same as like if somebody thinks that I'm Italian, but I'm Latino. I'm not going to be insulted if somebody thinks I'm Italian. It's different if they're trying to use that as a way to like erase who I am, but like it's a simple mistake. It's not a big deal if somebody thinks that, right? So that's all you got to do. You know, just keep going. Just keep going forward. Anyways, I should get out of here. I got to go to rehearsals. Oh, I thought I was going to get time to eat, but no time to eat. Oh, well. That's fine. I'll eat when I get home. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Like I said, I will be back tomorrow, maybe. We'll see how tired I am tonight. Tonight's a really long night at work, so we'll see how tired I am by the end of the night and if I can get to bed in time. I don't have rehearsals tomorrow, so I'll be able to stream a bit longer tomorrow. And then Saturday, I'm hoping to do an early stream, so that way I can be done the stream before now. And that way I can do my FaceTime call with Nora. She made a Minecraft world for me. Nora's my stepdaughter, for those who don't know. She made a Minecraft world for me that she wants me to play, and we haven't had a chance to do it. So I told her today when she called that I would meet with her on Saturday on FaceTime, and I would check her little Minecraft world out, because Minecraft was kind of our thing. So yeah. Yeah, Michael Jackson. I'm resting pretty good. But I've taken on a lot. Like, I've got my musical going. I'm working full time. I'm doing the stream. I'm doing content. The next couple of months, rest isn't really going to be my friend, but I'm going to take rest when I can. But anyways, I'm going to get out of here. I will be back tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out and being here. Tomorrow, if I'm live, I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to aim for tomorrow. I'm not going to play Dead Space. I'm going to try to find something else to play. I'm liking Dead Space, but I want to play something else too. I don't want to just do Dead Space stuff, because in a week, October starts, and I'm only going to play horror stuff for October. So I just want to play something that I can kind of waste time on for a day. And that's what we'll do. But yeah, I will see you all tomorrow. If not tomorrow, Friday for sure. And thank you all for hanging out and being here and listening to me jabber on for a while. I had a lot of fun. and take care of yourselves. Have yourselves a great rest of your day, evening, night, whatever time it is where you live. I really appreciate all the love and the support, and I will see you all soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.